perfect timing.
Get it now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the FU podcast. This is, episode 203. It is April 9th, 2024.
Yes, it is. It is a great April 9th.
Is it a great April 9th? Why is it a great April 9th?
Nothing, it's just, you got to make every day great, and if you don't approach it with a positive mindset, it's going to suck no matter how you're good about it.
Yeah,
Be like, you know what, man, today's a shitty-ass April 9th. It's going to probably be a shitty-ass April 9th.
Yeah, I mean, it flew by today, honestly. Although yesterday flew by even faster because the whole apocalypse.
Yes, man.
Nobody did fuck all from work. Like, I don't even know why we even opened. Like, what was the point? Like, we literally spent like 3/4 of the day outside. Even the owners of the company, I hung out with them. They were like right next to me. So whenever, if you listen to the audio and stuff, that's who was talking on the, this the owners.
Oh yeah, so I watched part of that. Hey, those of you that might be in the audience right now, did you get a chance to check out the eclipse? Or do we have to give some people some time to log in while we're going live here? Or what's it looking like?
Yeah, I'd probably gotta give some people some time so they get the notifications, they can log in, do all that jazz.
Okay. No, understood. I did not get a notification this time. I will say that.
No? Oh, that's weird. I think it was because we were late.
It could be because we're late. True that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this app. Like, I literally had to restart the entire board, and then boot it back up, and restart the computer, boot that back up, restart the internet, boot that back up. Yeah, so that's the hence the delay, unfortunately.
Because it was, guys got to understand, it's because of the eclipse.
It's definitely the eclipse.
Yep.
I was afraid this was going to happen.
Mitsubishi made them back in the 90s, up into the early 2000s, early 2000s, right? Something like that. And they just were shitty, and so it affects our engineering stuff and electrodes and things in the board. And, yep.
Yeah, components.
Very, very technical,
and schematics,
difficult stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of, man, the Eclipse, they used to be. They had the all-wheel drive turbo.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was a little sleeper.
The GST was pretty fucking fast, all-wheel drive.
Yep.
Or no.
GSX, I think?
Yes, the all-wheel drive was a GSX.
Yep.
Very, very fast little car.
Yeah, my buddy John Vaccaro from Northwest Missouri, he used to have one. And then, remember when I had that little 318 Ti, little green hatchback?
Yeah, I remember.
There was a guy, and I don't know if you were with me or not, that had a turbo something or another, and we were gonna swap the turbos out of his car. And dude, we went to his house, and no bullshit, it was like, imagine like a trailer park with trailers.
Hell yeah.
Instead of them being like up on blocks and and like with a skirt around it, having them connected together with like cardboard.
Hey, it sounds legit, man.
It was literally like they made their own mobile mansion, is what I call it. Like they tried to connect a bunch of pieces together
with OEM procedures. No doubt. I'm sure there's a manual somewhere to taught them to do that.
I can't remember for the life of me. I think it was an Eclipse, but it was a 4-cylinder. But the thing was, the way his engine was positioned and the way mine was, they were completely different. BMW has a runs front to back, and then the Eclipse runs side to side. So I think there were some like issues with mounting and stuff like that. It would have been full fabrication, so we just finally said, yeah, screw it. And then his car went back to the insurance.
Yeah, that sucks balls.
Yeah,
very interesting. So you got a totality shot yesterday? Yes,
I got multiple totality shots, but yes, I did time lapse photography with my 600 millimeter Sony lens, and then what I did is I set it to shoot every 15 seconds, so that way I got from like literally the beginning to the end, so to speak. Yes, there was clouds in the beginning, so I kind of cut a little bit of that out. There was a couple dead shots where like literally the cloud basically engulfed the entire thing, so I just eliminated those from the process. But yeah, I was almost bought. They have a sky tracker.
Yeah,
that actually moves the camera to wherever the moon or whatever you're tracking is. I almost pulled the trigger on it, but then I'm like going, how often am I really going to use this? I'm like, I'm for sure gonna use it during this event, but after that, I'm like, when am I ever gonna use this? And I'm like, I'm like,
Eclipse.
Yeah, I'm like, unless I like travel somewhere where we don't have ambient light, then yeah, by all means, like I definitely would.
Speaking of ambient light, man, I wish daylight looked like that on a regular basis.
It was sick.
That
the temperature drop too, man. Like it was hot as fuck.
It was like that's just it. It kept it warm outside without being warm. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, without the sun beating down on you. Yeah, it was nice. It was like being in the shade, but then still having the heat. Like it was awesome.
The crazy thing here was we saw it. We were standing in the street.
Yeah.
And if you looked out over here, it looked like the normal sun going down, but the sun literally was right up over.
Yes,
right
it looked like a sunset. Like we were commenting on that. We're like, dude, it looks like a fucking sunset at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I hobbled my ass outside because I was working on James's car this weekend. Remember when I was doing those lights, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I may or may not have gotten off the driveway and just.
Were you still working on a Monday?
Dude, no, I worked on it all Sunday night. And Monday, you gotta understand, dude, like I had to work from the house because I could barely walk. Like I walked to the couch.
Oh shit.
My back, I don't know what I did. It was.
Were you like contortioning?
Well, I was under the car running lights.
Yeah.
And at the
like on the outside or the inside?
And outside, I was hiding them better. I was upgrading I was hiding it with stuff that I found at Home Depot.
Really? What'd you use? Just out of
it was an L bracket for like siding.
Oh, okay.
And I was on my back most of the day. I know, jokes. But
Andy's always.
But yeah, man, when I hopped up, we were out there till like 9:30 at night, and I hopped up, and I hopped up wrong or something, or I stood up wrong, and it like I hobbled all day yesterday. Once I got off, I strapped a heating pad to the back, hung upside down on my teeter hang-ups for a little bit. That old man shit, you know what I'm saying? And I've like, if I move a certain way, it seizes, or if I lean and catch, I don't know, whatever, a nerve, muscle.
You know, we ain't the same young whippersnappers who used to be able to do
I'm
all
better
that
than
shit.
I was yesterday. Better than I was yesterday, that's for sure. But
that's all that matters.
But yeah, we were able, like, I had to like lay down to be able to really look at it because I was bent over. I know, jokes again. But I had to lay down on the
so many opportunities.
Those loungers we got in the backyard. Just to be able to see him, I had to sit down and lay down and look at the eclipse from that because I couldn't be like, because every time I stood up straight, it burned.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. So like I've opened the tailgate on my truck because I was like, oh, it's perfect. I'll just sit on the tailgate and then just mind the fucking camera. But my dumb ass put the fucking camera so close to the tailgate like that I didn't want to get up there and then bump the camera. I'm like, fuck. So I got this tailgate sitting there open and I'm like, damn, I really want to sit on this fucking thing, but I just stood up the whole time and was like, literally, one point I was on my knees too.
Yes, I mean, hey, it's apparently we've had a lot. Man, we've not seen several opportunities. We're doing much better, much more highbrow humor now. Those of you watching in the audience, is this those of y'all who got to see the eclipse yesterday? Is this a first time experience for a total eclipse? Have y'all seen this before? For me, it was a first time event. I've been through partial eclipse. But those of you out there, have you seen this before? Is this a one-time event? Where were you? What was your impression? There's about a 2-minute delay, so we'll let you catch up to that question here in just a second. But let us know in the comments.
Yeah, definitely want to hear what happened, like what you felt about it. So I was thinking after the eclipse, obviously it was this morning on my way home, or actually on my way to work. I was thinking, I'm like going, you know what? Like thinking about back in the day, like, you know, Greek, Roman times and stuff like that. And like how they were so like, they literally built the Stonehenge and shit in like to gauge when the solar eclipse and stuff like that. And to go even further back in history, for all you history buffs, you remember back when they used to do sacrifices and shit like that. Part of the reasons why they did it was because of the solar eclipse and stuff like that, right? Because they thought like that was the sign of the gods communicating with them that like, you know, hey, like we're seeing, like we're watching you, what's going on, kind of like an eye, right? The iris, and then how the pupil and stuff like that. So kind of like God is watching.
Let's murder somebody.
So and so like literally, I'm thinking of like going. So throughout all of history, they sacrificed all these fucking people because they wanted to bring this eclipse back again, right? They wanted to bring the God so he could arise and be present again, right? And I'm like going, holy shit, what if that's the key? Like that's the reason why like all these sacrifices and everything happened. I'm like, all because
I'm sure you
of
read
the fucking eclipse, and that's why it's so
Yep.
such a big thing, and why you heard about the news, and why it's
or the conspiracy theorists that said there's going to be a mass because it happens to coincide from another eclipse.
yeah.
They showed the line of it.
It was like
right there's going to be a mass human sacrifice event. I was like,
And they started naming all these towns and shit that had like some ulterior motive names. I was like going, oh my god, like
Murderville. No,
yeah, right. Like somebody's got way too much time on their hands.
like we're gonna tell everybody what we do here. No, but yeah, I saw that. I literally made a joke in the in my team chat at work today. I was like, I would just, not to brag or anything, but
right,
I've survived like, I don't know, somewhere between 8 and 10 world-ending events at this point, supposedly world-ending events. And then I literally go scrolling through Facebook, and then within 10 minutes past that, it's like somebody's got a punch card with you survive this many events, get one deadly event for free or something like that.
So Patrick actually commented, hey, what's up, Patrick? He said second time in his lifetime and the last. First time was when he was 11. I mean, you can see it again. It's just not going to be in America. And I forget when it's going to be and where it's going to be, but obviously not in America. I think it's like 2040 is the next time it's going to come here or something like that.
That's my first time to do it. I see a whole, like the first time I've been able to look at an eclipse and not damage my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Because once it was at totality, I barely saw any light at all.
Once it was at totality, I removed the lens cap. I mean, the lens, the solar lens for my camera, which, oh, by the way, I had to order a different lens. So I'd ordered one a week prior, right? But then I realized that you got to take the filter off whenever it's totality. Otherwise, you ain't going to see shit, right? So I had to get one that was magnetic instead of the normal type that screw on. And so I'm like, well, fuck. Now I got two lenses that I'm probably never going to use again, or two filters. Sorry, I keep saying lenses, but So anyway, so yeah, like I actually got to see the beads or whatever that go around it. Like I got it's pretty good footage.
Yeah, you had some pretty solid photos there, sir. I saw them.
Yeah,
I seen them.
I didn't post
on the Book of the Face. You put some up there?
I haven't posted any of the ones that shot from my professional camera.
Oh well, your iPhone. Okay.
Yeah, the iPhone. That was all iPhone shit. iPhone. I was really impressed, and like I was like, it did legit like decent job. Like the zoom on that, I was like, holy shit.
Don't be. Your dog's over here trying to unplug my headphones, dude.
Willow.
She totally...
Get over here, baby girl.
Bad girl. But no,
So Patrick says 2044. He said, I'll be 77.
Anybody else want to comment on their experience yesterday? Was it your first time? Feel free to give a shout out in the comments about, if this is your first time watching it. Hey, Ashley, how are you? We're talking about the eclipse right now. Is the first one you've seen, totality. Do you think you'll see one again in your lifetime? It sounds like I may. I'm not sure. What was it? What was the year?
2044.
I may, God willing. I hope. I was not able to get to share that eclipse with Jackson, and I'm hoping maybe 2044 I will be able to. Who knows?
Where was Jackson at?
School.
Oh, did they do anything at school?
Yeah, they had like all the schools did like an eclipse watching thing and and all that stuff. But
yeah, because the reason why I ask is we kept hearing like somebody on like a bullhorn or like something really, really loud. And I'm like going, where's the nearest school? And they're like, oh, that's like wait. And I'm like, and we can hear that like clear as day.
If the wind is carrying it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was weird. It was like, because at first I thought it was the people talking that were around me. And I'm like, no, that's way too like distant. And then I realized, no, that's like some school or some shit. But yeah, they were like talking on the PA or a bullhorn or whatever to, I guess, the kids and stuff that were outside. It was pretty cool.
I hate that fucking blue that you wear. Blue brings out our eyes. It is what it is.
Yeah, hate it or love it, I'm still going to wear it.
Molly. Ashley said, we said, hi. Bobby, can we get coleslaw with that order of chicken wings? Did we have chicken wings?
I don't know. Chicken wings sound really good, though. I've been craving those for like last 3 days.
Ashley said it was so pretty, but my phone took terrible pictures. I was too busy looking at it. I didn't worry about pictures. It was the first one I remember actually looking at. Yeah, because that's crazy. Like all the other ones, I've had to have glasses on or whatnot.
Right.
This one, like once it went dark, like I didn't see any light aside from what was, shining behind it.
And what was really cool is like right before it went to totality, there was like a little diamond on the left side. And then when it came out of totality, that diamond on the right side opened up. And then that's when you knew it was like, oh shit. Because as soon as it opened up, you could literally see the people in front of you like start to light up. And that was one of the things I didn't like about the cameras is that they have that auto ISO feature. So like I'm trying to film that it's dark as shit, but it looks bright as hell outside. I'm like going, well, this fucking defeats the whole purpose.
So to the eclipse itself,
yeah,
and the signs and the the end of the world, and
the ancient. Hey, Patrick, I don't know if you heard what I was talking about the sacrifices and stuff they used to make back in Greek and Roman times and stuff like that because of the solstice and the
when God was watching, we murdered people.
Yes,
humans murdered people.
Wanted to know what your thoughts are as far as like what you think as far. I know Sarah actually posted. It was ironic because I was thinking that on my drive to work, and then I saw Sarah posted something similar about it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I'm not the only one who had that thought.
So, who else out there, as there was an eclipse, or no, excuse me, an earthquake in New York, and then one in Taiwan, prior to the eclipse, was like, "Oh no." Were you marked safe from believing this was anything other than just the moon passing in front of the sun passing behind the moon? Were you marked safe for that, or did you like, oh man, nature's getting pissed off, it's about to go down? What did y'all think out there?
Dude, honestly, I thought like,
was this the apocalypse?
Honestly, I thought everybody looking at the sky, then I was like, this is a perfect opportunity if like, extraterrestrials or whatever wanted to come make themselves known to everybody, not just like, a few sketchy people. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for them to come down and like literally be like, yo, what's up? Hey, cool, I'm checking this out too.
Maybe that was the mothership blocking out the sun.
Right? We all were lied to.
Yeah, but no, speaking of schools though.
Ashley says we should sacrifice politicians next. I agree. I think we should have the purge on politicians. Political purge. There we go. We have a name for it.
Well, think about the purge. They did it in their movies. They did it once a year, right? We're just talking like once every how many years? Like,
yeah, just every eclipse.
Just fuck the politicians on the eclipse. I really think it's biblical. So he's thinking it's biblical. Like, you know what?
It probably is, but I ain't reading that fiction.
A human did write that.
I'm
not blaspheming, but men are flawed, and men wrote that. So
it has been translated, retranslated, and everything else.
But with that being said, does anybody think that was world-ending events? Were you really scared, or were you like, you know what, this is just an eclipse?
Honestly, I was surprised everybody was cool, calm, and collective as they were. Honestly, because like the news was making it sound like you need to stock up for 4 months' supplies of toilet paper and food and gas. Make sure you got gas in every vehicle you own, including your fucking lawnmower, because you might need it. I was like,
you know why?
For like a 4-minute fucking eclipse? Like,
you don't want to mow your lawn in the sun, man. It's so much nicer.
Like, wouldn't that have been hilarious? Like the minute they waited for the total eclipse. Oh, now's the perfect time to mow the yard. No,
you got 5 minutes.
You got 5 minutes to mow this motherfucker.
Or all the smart people went ahead and got gas during the eclipse, so all the dumbasses that were there panic buying weren't in their way.
Dude, it was funny because actually I had to stop and get gas on my way to like watch the thing, and everybody at QT was like,
yeah.
Like they're like literally their vehicles pumping gas, and they're standing out like under like away from the awning looking up, and I was like, y'all are gonna get fucking run over. And
there were schools that actually shut down.
Yeah, I heard
Jackson, if his school, they said if you keep your kid out of school that day, it would not be counted as absence.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool.
What about y'all? Did y'all's kids stay home, those of you who have kids, or did they go to school and celebrate there?
Apparently Bobby bought some chicken.
We still got the... Oh, okay. That's why he wants the wings. Okay.
Yeah.
Patrick said he's not scared. See more. I don't understand. See more. What kind? I'm still doped up by. What?
By the way, from this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not be putting that out on the ether.
Hey, Patrick, what you got?
Yeah, what you got over there? I might need some.
Wait, you know what? I don't need some. Don't put that on.
Yeah, don't put that. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Who else? Anybody? Was this your first total eclipse? Will this be your last? How did you like it? Did it even impact you? Or you're like, it's just another day? Tell us if you're joining us right now.
Oh God, morphine. Ashley said he went to school, but I had the day off from school. Just happened to land on our monthly day off.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I almost called in. I was like, man, because I realized part of the lens or part of the fucking camera that I needed, it was at home. So I was like, well, shit, I can't not like drag all this equipment, and the one piece that I need is at my house. I'm like, fuck.
You know, speaking of eclipse, came across a news story today that literally falls right in line with this show and the eclipse itself. And if the headline reads is solar eclipse coverage, ballsy broadcast. Mexican station airs testicles on live TV. Yes, if you go to TMZ, you can take a look at what this is. We're not going to go ahead and share it, but no, the caption to this is, no, that's not the moon blocking the light. One Mexican TV station's solar eclipse coverage Monday was totally, quote unquote, nuts. As in the pair of testicles that somehow ended up in the screen. And they're saying it could have been famous. There was rumors that it was supposedly Tommy Lee's. The update is sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ these balls do not belong to Tommy Lee. We're told Tommy Lee had, in fact, posted this video on his socials, but only after it was sent to him, at which point he posted it, but he deleted it a short time later. In other words, these testes aren't Tommy's, despite the rumors that are going around. Well, at least that's
got a good tagline, Tommy's testes.
So, yeah, I thought that fell right in line with our...
it's definitely in line for the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of Tommy's testes, no, I'm just kidding. Have you, the sentencing for the Crumley trial was today.
So, fill me in. I saw that. I have not been...
So, when I first heard about this story, right,
Who
like...
is he?
Okay, Ethan Crumley was a kid who shot up the school.
Okay.
The parents were both charged. I'll give you guys a recap just so the ones that don't know about the story, I'm going to give you a recap and I'm going to tell you why and everything, all the ins and outs. So he shot up a school, unalived, sorry, can't say the K word, 4 people. Yeah, because, fucking censorship and bullshit. And so this is the first time in history that they actually went after the parents because of negligence. Not only did they buy him the gun, but there were so many signs of him like mental health issues, and they basically brushed it off and laughed it off, and both of them didn't keep the gun secured, which, by the way, there was no law at the time about securing a weapon. In fact, they passed a law after the fact because of this actual case. But anyway, I started a Facebook group because I knew this trial was going to be just something for the books, like something to really keep an eye on and watch. And if those of you who watch the trial, I would love to hear your comments and stuff. But this lawyer for Jennifer Crumley, which is the mother, her name was Shannon. This chick would argue with a fucking fence post about nothing for literally to the point during the trial, I'm like, can somebody fucking muzzle her, please? I'm going, can they put Shannon on trial because she's fucking annoying? I'm like, she's gonna blow the whole fucking case.
Should she be on trial for being annoying?
Yes, she should be
guilty.
Oh, Molly, I hope you feel better. Holla at you later.
Did the kid get tried at all?
Yes, the kid got tried. I forget how many years he got. He pled guilty. And then I heard today too that he apparently tried to attack one of the guards. And this kid's all of 115 pounds. Literally, he's fucking skin and bones, and I'm like going, like, really? Like, what the fuck are you trying to?
He's doing what he can to get relevant.
I think he's trying to be death by cop. Honestly, I
Well,
think that's kind of what's going on with that situation.
Is he life? Did he get life? What do we?
I think he got like 30 years or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the sentence is. Don't quote me on that. That part I did miss. I missed the sentencing of him, but my most of my attention was on the parents, just because of the precedent that was set. Because this is going to be the first time in history that the parents will actually be punished for a school shooter, which, for this particular case, it was very prudent. It was very relevant. It was very much deserved. And that's why I started that group. And then we all kind of like commented and stuff today while we were watching the trial and stuff going on. And here's the crazy part, dude. So the father was a DoorDash driver. Like, that's literally what his occupation was. No harm, no foul to that. But the mother wasn't exactly faithful. Like, she was sleeping around and this, that, and the other. Like, dude, it's total broken fucking home. Like literally, like legitimately. But that's neither here nor there. Just because they're pieces of shit, like family wise, husband wife wise, doesn't necessarily mean shitty parents. Mm-hmm. But in turn, they were shitty parents too.
I get it.
They were too busy with their own personal stuff, and I think one of the biggest key takeaways, when Jennifer was asked, would she change anything? She basically said, no, I wouldn't change a thing about like what happened, blah, blah. And that like literally sent fucking chills to all the victims that, were there. And then also to the judge and also to the jury, because she was found guilty, obviously. Both her and the husband were both found guilty. So today was the sentencing day. So what was really bizarre, they were two separate trials, right? Mm-hmm. The mother had her own trial, and then the father had his own trial. Well, today, during the sentencing, they were both in the same fucking court for both getting their sentence. Yeah, it was really... So they had...
Well, that could also keep them from talking and corroborating stories and shit, too.
Well, it's a sentencing basis.
Are they the same lawyers? Were they been represented by the same...
So Shannon was still her lawyer, and then he had his own different lawyer. Now, his lawyer seemed to be sort of decent compared to Shannon. She was fucking Johnny Cochran. Like, for real.
Wow.
I mean, she was like...
OJ did get off.
Exactly. I rest my case. Yep. Hey, Carla, what's happening? Yeah, so it was a very, very crazy day. They both... okay, so here was the deal.
That's what I was going to ask. What happened?
Okay, so here's the end result. So they could have gotten up to, I think it was like 10 or 12 years. The judge gave them 10 to 15. She said, I'm going to increase. She goes, I know this is not normal. She said, but neither is the circumstances of this case. And she said, I am going to go off and do my own and basically say, you're going to get 10 to 15 years, in prison. So I was like, because they were trying to get probation, dude, and they were trying to get time served, and they were trying to get like basically a slap on the wrist. And this judge, like, give her credit, like she was the BAMF of the day, this badass mofo. She literally threw the book right at her face, and it was awesome to see. And in the argument, like Shannon once again today, like, oh dude, like the conversations, it was so good, it was so glorious. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
What up?
What was this guy's name again? The shooter?
Ethan. Ironically, because that guy in South Lake, Ethan Couch, remember the one that shot up?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
I knew where you were going, bro. You didn't even say a word. I knew you were going.
His mother hit him, like got him down to Mexico.
Yes, and this is why so that should have been the first start of when they started trialing.
And he was found to have some kind of like disease or something, or mental thing.
Yes, it was called affluenza, which is bullshit. It basically means they're affluent.
I don't get
it. Means they make a lot of fucking, but they're rich. For those of you who don't know what affluenza is, let me
doesn't matter.
Explain it to you.
No, you can't just like the world can't touch me. I'll murder somebody and not have any remorse. Like,
so you want to hear something fucked up?
I hate that that somebody diagnosed of somebody like there's a condition for just being a
there's conditions for everything, and this is the number one thing that I can't stand about America and about USA in general. And I learned this at the age of 12 years old, 12 or 14, I can't remember. I was in Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I was in
Yeah,
Jamaica,
Boy,
man.
I get to beat into the ground.
And this girl, like,
Dope ass white boy.
she's like, "Where are you from in America?" And I go, "How did you know I was, from America?" Like, I didn't even say, like, I haven't even talked yet. And she was like, "I could tell because you wear labels." And she goes, "Americans are labelless." And like, it kind of like sat in the back of my head, right? And I'm like going, okay, yeah, it makes sense. I got Salt Life on. I got fucking, this. I got my Apple Watch.
But didn't she just label you?
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying.
She labeled me an American.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah, like ever since then, I was like, you know what? She's right. Like, we have to label, and not just branding. I'm talking like we have to label everything. But at the end of the day, what does it solve? Like, whoa.
Sorry, I'm trying to kick the charger on over here.
What the hell was that? What charger? Where'd you plug it in?
Right over here. It wasn't working, and my computer died.
Oh shit!
All right, I'm back up.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe if the outlet that you plugged it into was
Good to go. It looks like I'm
all right.
I'm Roger.
Yeah, you freaked me out, dude. All of a sudden the light went. I was like, oh shit, not again.
Power
outage again.
Yes.
Fucking encore.
Lindsay texted me today, and she's like, "Power's out." So I text Sean. I was like, "Hey, is your power out? Are you home by chance?"
Was he home?
I didn't hear from him.
Oh, okay. I just checked my Ring camera. I'm like, is my camera functioning? Yep. All right, then we got power. That or I'll check my devices. That's the only way I can fucking tell. Because some of them are on battery backups. So I was like, some devices I have to check. Other ones that are like on battery backups, I'm like, well, I can't check those because I already know they're fucking on battery backup. So even if even if it was down, still gonna have power.
I'll tell you the truth, man. When it comes to the parents, like, if they had been remorseful,
exactly,
I would understand. I still think, did she throw the maximum penalty at him? Is that what was going on? Because I would have thrown more at him.
She did above the max.
Okay.
Now
that's what sucks about it. Like, I feel like I'm glad that the punishment fit instead of just the crime. It also fit the temperament.
Right. And that was like, even when the victims did their impact statement, like they basically addressed exactly what you're saying, like the no remorse. And then one of the things that somebody hit on, it was the accountability. Going back to the post earlier, accountability was one of the things.
Don't learn from your own mistakes. Anyway, go ahead.
One of the things one of the victim impact panel commented on was the fact that neither one of them took accountability. They want to, blame this and blame that, but none of them ever said, you know what, I fucked up. I should have done this. I should have done that. In retrospect, we should have done this. That's what that's what the judge caught on to too, and that's why I think the judge threw the fucking book at him, because none of the they never once said one iota of what they were going to change and what they were going to fix and what they would have fixed and what they would have done. They never, which means they don't even think about a solution. All they're thinking about is themselves.
Well, there's no way that their lawyer also wasn't in like, look, if you show some kind of remorse for your actions, you are going to be helped out here. It's going to help you. But they like
rewatch it because like they literally addressed that. They said it's not about the remorse, because that was Jennifer, and both the husband and the wife were basically saying, we showed remorse and then we got criticized for showing remorse. Then when we didn't show remorse, we got criticized for not showing. Like, and then they basically straightened them out. It's like, it's not about fucking showing remorse. It's about showing that you're accountable. We don't give a fuck whether you're sad or not. It's irrelevant. Are you holding yourself accountable? And what changes are you going to make? Because that's the thing. And this is what I hate. When somebody says
they were just taking accountability to get out of what's going on. That's the only reason.
To get a lesser sentence.
You didn't show remorse because you truly had it.
Right. You were showing it because you want to save your ass, basically. That's what it boiled down to. And all too often, I see this in society. It's not just a Crumley case. This is something that I've seen on the regular with people in general. It's like they'll come to you with a problem, or like they'll be upset about something, but it's like they don't offer the solution. They don't offer like, I should do this, I should do that, or be accountable for your own fucking actions. Like, you dug this hole. How are you gonna? And then what I say, how are you gonna dig yourself out? I'll give you a rope. Do you want to hang yourself with that rope, or do you want to pull yourself out? Like, that's the thing. And 9 times out of 10, people will fucking hang themselves with that rope. They will not pull themselves out. But it's like, it's trying to train their brain. Like, literally, you're trying to change their mentality and their thought process of stop fixating on the fucking negative. Stop fixating on the problem. Start fixating on the solution. Start fixating on actually solving the problem, and you'll get somewhere.
Yeah. That's why whenever you go into a meeting with your leaders, if you have an opportunity, bring at least 2 solutions. Your leader will share with you whether they think they're good ideas or not, and then they'll give you their feedback, and you guys can compromise. But if you don't come to a good leader, not a boss, a good leader with a couple solutions that you've kind of thought about already, they're pretty much going to tell you, hey, they're either going to be an asshole and say, get the fuck out of my office, or they're going to be like, look, do me a favor, go think about this for just a little bit longer, come up with a couple possible solutions, bring those to me, and let's discuss it at that point.
So, and that's the difference between a boss and a leader. And a good leader, he wants to raise and train other leaders, because he, first of all, as a smart leader, you don't want to be responsible for everything all the fucking time. You want to be able to delegate certain things to other people to take the load off of you as a leader, and to rely on your people that are below you and around you, your colleagues and everything else. I'm not saying like below as in like, I'm better than you type thing, but like,
it makes you more available as a leader too, if you're able to delegate.
Exactly.
Because your cup that would be overflowing or what you may be running on empty.
Right.
Now you've delegated to somebody you can trust. You don't have to worry about that. So now you can concentrate on being there for them, your team, while doing projects that need your attention.
And right. And it's like you're there to guide them. You're there but you're not there to give them the exact game plan that they need to facilitate. Like, they need to come up with that on their own. That shows what kind of work ethic they have. Like, if they can problem solve on their own, then like that's a good person to train. If they can't fucking problem solve the simplest shit, that's when you know there's going to be fucking issues down the road. That's when you know as a leader you're going, okay, well, I can't delegate this, and this to this person.
Man, we squirreled.
No, it's all relative.
Moral of the story: if you're a parent, don't let your kids have guns.
Well,
like, wait, what? Where did
no, it goes back to the accountability.
I know.
So, okay, yeah. So we are on the track. We are talking about like the accountability, and that's the biggest thing. And then the thing with the parents is, they never once offered up solutions. They never once were like, we're going to do this to help the situation and to help the families and stuff like that.
Well, from what you're telling me, the victim statements didn't even make an impact. So, like,
the victim statements did.
Oh, they did.
They really did. That's why I was saying you need to watch
mom and dad.
The
That's what I'm saying. They made an impact to the court, but did it make it on the? Did it impact the parents at all?
That's why it was good, because the parents, that's when they were talking about their remorse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, God, it was one of the last victims. Woo, man, she even lit the fucking lawyer, that Shannon chick that I can't stand, told her to stop rolling her eyes during the fucking court proceeding. I was like, oh shit, they're going fucking hard to paint. But yeah, basically they once both the Crumleys got to say their piece, they basically were able to say some more statements, basically, that basically drove everything that they said into like the ground. It basically was like, you're just covering your ass. That's all you're doing. Like, at this point, you're talking about nothing. It has no relation to what we're talking about. Like, we're talking about remorse as in like accountability, as in like, what are you going to do differently? What should you have done? What lessons did you learn? That's the key thing. And it was somebody actually said, one of the key lines that I always say all the time: if you don't learn your lesson and you don't take away something, you're bound to repeat it. And that's one of the big things. And that's why the judge threw the fucking book at him, because they basically said, like, you're bound to fucking repeat the same mistakes. If it's not with this kid, with the next kid,
My question is, are they even going to learn anything in jail? Probably not.
Fuck no.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, and then of course the one did the typical. Jennifer did the whole "I found Jesus" and "I'm born again," this, that, and the other, and like, but still, she's still totally fucking Mr. Mark.
Man, that sucks. That sucks.
She tried to play that card, but it totally backfired, and it was great watching it live.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that the families and stuff they're getting, and this is the first time that this is happening, and and it should hopefully awaken the eyes of a lot of parents that like you need to be more involved in your kids' lives and not just throw a fucking screen in their face and say, "Okay, bye."
Well, especially.
And I've dated somebody that had an au pair that basically took fucking care of the kids, and she basically worked.
Which I would assume that if I remember correctly, did he got the gun? It was one of his parents, wasn't it? Was it not one of his parents' firearms, or am I mistaken?
No, the father bought it for the son.
Okay.
So
the other
technically,
thing, not only be a parent, but if you have firearms, you have an extra responsibility to be a parent, not just an average, like, you know what, I'm going to watch after this kid, make sure he doesn't drink any poison and hope I don't fuck it up along the way. If you've got firearms in the house,
yep,
there's an extra responsibility around firearm safety, being there as a father to give them good morals. Like it goes a lot deeper than just, don't touch the firearm.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like you have an extra responsibility, so your kid doesn't think that if
I mean, as a kid, we were curious. I fucking went every corner of the house. I knew where everything was at all times. At that,
I had been bullied, but never once did it cross my mind I'm going to grab this gun, take it to school, and shoot somebody.
And I was thinking about that too. It's like, how did I handle it growing up? Because I know, like, I literally, there was many nights that I cried myself to sleep. Like, I'm an only child, so like I had nobody to talk to. So, and that, what's weird about that is because that's when I started talking into a voice recorder because I was like, at least
like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
Yeah, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, it's almost the identical one.
Like a Talk Boy or something like that. Something
the
weird.
silver
Talkman or something.
No, he had the Sony. Yeah, I think the Talkman thing. Yeah, you're right. I didn't have that one. I had I think it was Casio or something like that. Fucking, you talk about old school.
I bet your sales went through the roof when Home Alone came out.
Right. But yeah, dude, like that was like, because I was bullied, dude. I was bullied middle school, and then when I moved to Missouri, I was bullied. Fucking, I had some guy like literally threaten to kill me and this, that, and the other. And, put his fucking hands on me and shit like that.
Was your first thought just to go take it out on everybody at school with a handgun, though, or a rifle?
No,
mine wasn't either. Like there was never a part where, you know what, I want to end somebody's life because of this.
And I mean, in middle school, there, like when I went to Smithfield High School, like no bullshit, there was a fight every single fucking day of the week, every day.
I went to.
It wasn't a matter of
Houston like that.
It wasn't a matter of like if. It was a matter of when, and it was a matter of where. Because almost all of them ended up outside. Like they were always. I mean, I literally was sitting there talking to a guy, and he literally just turned around in mid-conversation and just fucking straight up punched this kid for no fucking reason, dude. And the dude just dropped to the ground. And I'm like going, what the fuck? And I'm like, where did this? It was just so fucking random. And I don't know if like there was a history. I don't know if they just, today I feel like punching this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But it was just like, that was the chaos I grew up in. Like that was the chaos that like the schools and stuff that I went to. And like, they really didn't give a fuck. I remember in high school, so I was in football, I was in track, I was in soccer as well, right? So because I was in all of these different sports, I sometimes sat with the soccer table, sometimes sat with the football table, sometimes sat with, because they all have their own cliques, right? And they all kind of sit together. So one day I was sitting with the football table, and like soccer guys like started getting into football guys shit, and football guys started getting the soccer shit, and I'm like, that's all on y'all. I ain't fucking getting in the middle of any of this shit. But anyway, this one dude, I was in chemistry 2 class, and those art tubes they used to carry artwork around in? It was like a little white tube with the metal ends on the end of it.
Yes. Yep.
So this dude shot that, because you could shoot the end of it off, and shot it and hit me right in the fucking temple. And I remember just sitting there for a second. And I'm like, what am I going to do about this situation? I literally thought about it. I went, grabbed this guy. You remember those carts that had the TVs mounted to them and the VCRs? And they had like fucking the gigantic strap. I fucking threw him into the fucking cart and literally almost knocked that fucking TV off of it. And he like fell to the ground, and like I was about to start beating his ass, and then like everybody pulled me off. And then of course by the time
they pulled you off. Oh my god.
By the time
at a party?
Like
sorry.
So the next period was lunch. By the time I got to lunch, the whole fucking school knew about it. I was like, how the fuck does this shit travel this fast in the school?
And that was before social media.
Yeah, that was before social media. It was like, dude, and everybody's coming up to me like, holy fuck, I can't believe you took out one of the fucking football guys. I was like, yeah, fuck around and find out.
Sometimes you just have to do it.
But it was just like, everybody was so shocked because they were like, dude, Devin just literally just keeps to himself, just does try to fly under the radar, just do my thing. Don't want to be fucking don't want all lights and shit shining on me kind of thing. I'd rather fly under the radar type of thing. And this motherfucker. And then that happened.
Until now.
And yeah, then everybody was like, all eyes on you, motherfucker.
Now there's lights all over.
Yeah, now lights all over. What's up?
Oh man. Did you
what up?
Speaking of not everybody's greatest decisions, did you see who Morgan Wallen is? Country artists or Wallen.
Yeah.
If I'm fucking up his name,
Wallen, whatever.
I like some of his stuff. I don't like all of his stuff.
Yeah. Didn't you sing that Broadway Girls?
Yep.
Love that song. Like that's actually one of my top fucking 10 songs.
He's talking about Broadway in Nashville, y'all. Just so y'all know, in case you've ever heard that. He's not talking about Broadway in was it Cali?
Oh, Broadway. I was thinking of Broadway Showgirls. Yeah.
Nashville is he's talking about the Broadway because that's where all the Nashville bars are.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if y'all know this, but he is under felony charges for tossing a chair off a rooftop bar on the Strip.
I heard that
on the Nashville Strip.
Oh, is it Nashville? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All things to get arrested for and going to jail for, that's got to be up there with the dumbest shit ever.
Yep. So I've been down.
No street cred on that one.
I've actually been. Let's see. Is this the place that I went? It might have been the same bar I went to, but I went to several of them, and it's a pretty good distance up there where he threw this chair from. Apparently, it was. There is actually a video of it. If any of y'all want to go look it up, it's called the Chiefs Bar in downtown Nashville. It shows the chair flying way over the rooftop, 6 stories above Broadway. From this angle, we can see who threw the chair, but cops say can't see it, but cops say witness and videos inside the bar confirm for sure it was him. I guess he was just partying his ass off. Said, "Woo, fuck it, I can do whatever I want." I would hope he takes accountability for this. Your mic shut off.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you were talking, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna let.
But yeah, hey, the chair survived. I'm looking at it right now.
The chair survived.
It's in custody. It doesn't look too bad.
The chair's in custody?
Yeah, it says chair in custody. It's a lot of force. It wasn't just tipped. I'm just trying to see if there's any damage to anything. It doesn't. Alleging the chair landed within a few feet of them.
Yeah, apparently, I guess it was because there was officers around, and that's where it landed. So they're trying to charge him with the whole litmus.
Which I will believe that it was within distance, because when I went to Nashville,
aren't they fucking everywhere?
They're fucking all over the place, man. But the thing is it's a party in Nashville all the fucking time. You're on Monday night, you go to Nashville, and there is literally bands on every single level of every bar playing. You hear at least 12 to 15, and you go in and just stand on a street or go out and stand on a street corner, and you can see 8 of them.
So it's like what Austin used to be.
Much better. Yeah. It's like 6th Street meets Bourbon Street with country, with a country style to it.
Yeah,
that's how.
With some country twang,
because it's a party environment. Like, I get the vibes like from New Orleans, but I get the 6th Street vibe from the bars and the music.
All right, bro, I got to bring it up since we're talking about country. I cannot fucking stand Beyonce's new fucking album. Like, I'm not a fan of country,
I think,
I see these posts that like so and so that fucking Dolly Parton said her version of Jolene. I was like, no, her version was garbage. It was the shittiest fucking version I've ever heard.
everything that I've heard come out of the so-called country era, it just sounds like her over country music. It doesn't sound any different than what she sang before, aside from a few words. But she's like, but this Texas Hold'em, like her
oh my god,
this ain't Texas, we don't hold 'em. Like, shut the fuck up. As soon as that song comes on, and everybody's like, hey, no, you just don't like her.
No,
like,
no, her songs are fucking cringeworthy. Like, literally, I was just looking at the lyrics as she's singing them. I'm going, are you fucking for real?
The only reason that album is successful and like is making the headlines is because of all the people that want, well, not just that, but it's all the people that want to like call people like us who don't like it that we're being biased, and we're, you know, we don't want to see a black woman in country. And
no, she like, just sucks. Period.
Yeah, like her country,
no
she's
talent.
Not fucking country.
If she wasn't part of the elite and the Illuminati, like, she would be nobody. She would be literally a fucking. She'd be begging on the street. Seriously,
she should
fucking suck.
I don't share the same opinion that she sucks. Her R&B is not bad.
It's horrible.
Destiny's Child was really good and successful too,
but not because of her.
Yeah, it was, because none of the other ones went anywhere. Kelly Rowland went a little bit, and then fell right off.
That's because she's not part of the elite, bro.
Oh, because she didn't want to sign.
She's not part of the red shoe club, bro.
I'm not gonna say that Beyonce is talentless.
She's couldn't carry a tune in a fucking bucket.
Okay, we'll see.
No, like I tried, and I've tried.
Horrible. There's no trying.
I've tried to like her bullshit, and it's just like you're repeating the same fucking lyrics over and over again. Like, and it's just like,
well, with the country,
I hated
trying. There's no trying with the country. It just sucks flat out. Period.
I tried to give it a listen in the country too. I was like, I can't. I mean, there's certain people. Mexican OT. Have you heard of him? That Mexican OT.
I may have.
Check him out. He's fucking. He's fire. He's got some good shit, man. I was like, damn. He's got some good. He's an upcomer. I mean, I have some faith in that guy. Another guy. Oh fuck, something Playboy, something. But he's all about Trump and this, that, and the other. So I'm not. He's a fucking Proud Boy. So I'm like, but he's got good flow. I give him, you know.
Well,
I may not like his content, but he's got good, he's got good beats, he's got good flows, and dude, he looks like an MMA fighter for real, dude. This guy looks fucking shredded.
Well,
remember back in the day when 50 was like shredded like a motherfucker? That's what this guy looks like, and he's a Hispanic dude, man. I'm like, dude, this guy can fucking fuck shit up.
50 ain't like he used to be, but he ain't small anymore. He's still not small.
No, he's not. He got shot 9 times, bro. You know, those muscles be stopping bullets and shit, apparently.
Yeah. 9 times, right?
9 times, yep. What are you distracted over there? I see you.
I'm looking at stories, pulling stories and shit, just to see if there's anything interesting that we can vibe on.
Yeah, fuck the news. I'm trying to stay away from the news.
Not all of this is news. Like, some of it's funny shit. I'm telling you, Tommy's testes was pretty.
Yeah, that was pretty
solid.
That was dope.
But yeah, you know, tonight's episode of Accountability.
Yeah, I mean, it was just ironic that.
Oh no, Molly said, "I love Morgan Wallen. That's daddy."
That's daddy.
Oh, Patrick, how's that make you feel? She's calling somebody
got a third daddy
now. Yeah, she got a third daddy. She's like, "That's daddy." Oh, hey, she said. She's like, hey. And he's like, don't trust these Broadway girls.
That's why you gotta leave them Broadway girls alone. God, when that song came out, dude, God, it's so fucking good. That and there's Brantley. Fuck, I can't remember which one it is. There's a couple songs that I got on my rotation that are country. It's not like I hate all of it. I just hate the majority of it.
I
like me, I'm like, I want upbeat. Like, I want stuff that's gonna like get me going and get me like, I don't want sad, like fucking slice my wrist, depressing type shit. Like, because to me, I'm like, that's gonna send me in a dark place. I don't want to be in a dark place. I want to be in a good place. I want to be an upbeat, type of place. I don't want to be fucking over here.
I like all different types of country. I don't like country like as far as my choice. If you had one genre to listen to ever again, it'd be hip hop or R&B. Period.
Right.
That's just me. Would I miss the other genres? Absolutely, 100%.
Right.
But as far as what I'd choose, that's just me. If you said and all you could listen to is rock, it would depend on what genre. If it was 90s, I could probably pass. I could probably do okay with that.
Dude, Ted Nugent, fucking Stranglehold. Dude, that song is the shit.
But like all the old 70s, if you trap me in 70s and 60s rock, I wouldn't be able to make it. I'm just being real about that.
Led Zeppelin, dude. Zeppelin's good.
Yeah, but could you listen to that era music nonstop forever?
Forever?
No, I could do 90s music, 90s grunge and shit. But
90s grunge. Okay, I'm glad you see
like Nirvana, Green Day.
When you said 90s music, I'm first
90s rock.
I know. Well, the first thing I went to was fucking Ace of Base, and I was like, you literally could listen to that for fucking.
Oh, that shit is another baby. That's pop. That's more pop.
Yeah.
But
that's why I said I'm glad you put the qualifier.
If you came to me and was like, you have to choose a rock genre, then it would be 90s. I could deal with that, but. If I had to absolutely choose to listen to one genre forever, as long as I wasn't limited to time spans,
right?
Because I like some of today's music that I wouldn't want to do without, but the majority of the rap I listen to is
old school,
pre-2005.
Well, that's why I'm telling you about these new guys, because there's some new guys, new blood that's in the industry right now. In fact, one of them was actually that Mexican OT guy. He was on fucking Rogan. He's local. He's Texas too.
Do y'all out there have any artists that y'all listen to that you think
let's
hold
hear
their own with an old school artist?
That or just up and comers. Like I'm always trying to diversify my music playlist. I'm always trying to my portfolio of music. Well, Cousin Tracy Chesney. Hey, are you related to Kenny Chesney?
Who is that?
Tracy.
Oh, this is Cuz. I guess that's cousin. I would assume. I mean, my deductive powers tells me that might be Patrick's cousin.
Yes.
Yeah, but he didn't come into the studio this evening.
But he's in the comments, so feel free.
Yeah, feel free to chat with him. No problem. If he wants to, he can call in if he'd like to. Well,
I'm surprised.
Yes, Patrick, we figured out he was your cousin. The cuz kind of gave it away.
I mean, that's how I talk to my cousins too. I'm like, hey, what's up, cuz?
I did work, as a detective one time in my life. I think that's what helped me figure that out.
Okay, Detective Captain Obvious.
Welcome, Tracy. Kenny Chesney is my cousin. Oh, Kenny Chesney. Are we being for real?
Oh, nailed it.
So is Tracy a new listener?
Tracy, are you a new listener?
Either way, we should take a shot at being Kenny Chesney's.
Right?
So
ironically, we're talking about music, right? And all of a sudden she popped in. We could not have planned that if we wanted to.
No doubt. So we're not drinking normally. We're kind of cutting back tonight, so it's only Jello shots this evening. No cups full of like liquor. We've beat our livers up over the last 2 or 3 weeks. A lot.
Yeah.
That ghost tequila was getting to me.
You want cherry, raspberry, or lime?
Let me lime.
Lime? All right. Boom. I'm gonna go with.
Are we going to be watching the Jake Paul Tyson fight this summer?
When is it?
I thought it was July. July, yep, July matchup.
I'll have it at my house regardless. So
yeah, opinions out there. Is this going to be a farce? I know it's not a regulated boxing match, and I'm sure it's exhibition. Do you think that that Jake Paul's really going to allow Tyson to fight like he really? Because look, I know he's not what he was, but I still would not want to take a punch from Mike Tyson. I'm sorry, like if you have that heat, it don't go away. He's got that heat. It's not. He's got. I mean, yeah. He doesn't have a speed of the 18-year-old he was, but man, he still got the power. He was never known for speed. That's the thing. But watch his training. He was known for power. He was a fucking Iron Mike. That's why they called him Iron Mike, because the motherfucker was known for his power shot. Because he was fast enough to get it in too. It's just like booty hole. Did you? Oh man, I even licked my finger on cue. Sorry, y'all. My bad.
All right, Tracy. Cheers. Bam.
Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Definitely glad we don't have the drinks tonight.
Woo.
Oh god damn it.
Yeah,
So-
these are don't fuck around Jello shots.
So true, real talk, squared up, match to match. You know, if it was legit, do you think Mike would still whoop his ass?
What do you mean legit?
Well, so
Squared up.
here, everybody's told Jake when you fight a real boxer, you're gonna lose. And sure as shit, he's fought 2 real boxers, and both times he's lost. The only times that his
Oh,
record,
then why the fuck does he think he's gonna win against Mike Tyson? That, to me, I didn't know that background.
So
Oh.
yeah, literally. So everybody's been, you got to understand, like everybody's been like, yeah, you haven't fought a real fighter, and Jake's, you know, what else do I got to do? What else do I got to do? He finally got in the fight, got in the ring with Tommy Fury. Fury ends up winning, which they still, a lot of people, not just Jake Paul. There's a lot of people out there that kind of, was that really a win for Fury, or was that just to like show Jake Paul he shouldn't be in boxing? And then he fought another boxer that he was sure he was going to put out, and was absolutely sure. He ended up losing to him by decision.
Wow.
So the thing is like, people have been all the haters that have said, hey, you know, if you get in the ring with a real boxer, you're not going to make it.
But here's the
He's
thing.
kind of proved them right so far.
Yeah. Is this going to actually be a sanctioned event? Because
Nope.
okay, see, that's where I have a problem.
There was a boxer that came out and talked about it the other day and said,
That's
is
where I
not
have a
true
problem.
sanctioned boxing match.
If it was a sanctioned event, then I would be all for it. But the fact that there's no judges, there's no like, to me, it's not.
There's going to be judges, but they're not going to be your official judge.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like, yeah, you're going to go to the scorecard, but the scorecard's not going to matter because it's not a sanctioned event. And that's the thing. Like in boxing, because I boxed for 2.5 years. Like, it's not legit unless it's sanctioned, and like you go through the channels and the licenses and all the bullshit that you have to go through in order to be legit, and you know, the weigh-ins and this, that, and the other. Like, yeah, it's a backyard brawl basically. Otherwise, that's what separates, you know, the men from the animals basically. Not, you know, pun intended, but like, yeah, that's where I have a problem. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, yeah.
Because to me, I'm like, either one of them could use the argument. Well, it wasn't a real. It wasn't a real.
Logan and Mayweather wasn't sanctioned.
That's my whole point. That's why I hated that
Fucking
fight.
Mayweather and what's his fuck wasn't sanctioned.
Exactly.
And see, and that's the thing about was Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz.
Yes.
Like,
Fuck, I was so mad I missed that
I'm
fight.
sorry, but it wasn't like Nate. I mean, Nate was Nate. He was taking a beating, and he wasn't going down. Like, he was just he's like, come on, fucker. Like, he was egging him on the whole time.
Bro, I've watched some of these fights, and literally, like, I'm like calling like bullshit. I'm like going, dude, this guy is like literally letting this other guy beat the shit out of him. Like, and I know this from personal experience because I've thrown fights, and I know, you remember Joe, right? Joe Wolf.
Yeah, a little overzealous Joe. A little bit.
He like literally he wanted me to be his manager. That's what started me being the whole manager of UFC and everything else of these fighters and shit, was because of Joe. He was like, I will lose a fight as long as we can take home like 5,000. I was like, all right. I mean, I'm not getting my ass beat. I'm like, I'm cool with it.
That's
I'll make the bet. Yeah.
That's a legitimate drive out there. You know what I mean? Like, there are some fighters that literally are so broke that they're going to purposely lose a fight just to make sure that they take home a purse.
Yep.
You know?
And that was literally like what, you know, Joe was saying, was like, you know, and I'm not trying to call him out, but like, obviously this never happened. So, but no, that's when I first realized how corrupt almost every industry is, because almost every industry I've ever been in or worked a part of or been involved with has been corrupt and has been completely fucked sideways. And that's when I realized, like, no matter,
you dick with the film industry and the music industry.
dude, the film, the music, I mean, we're talking even like the executive jobs that I've had, even at like big corporations and shit. Like, you You know the data breach that just happened with AT&T? I was literally going,
Devin's like,
I'm not surprised.
like, I did it.
I'm like, I had access to that 7 years ago, 5 years ago, how many years ago it was?
Me and Anonymous are hanging out again.
There's a reason why I have that mask.
just so you know.
Just so you know.
No, but yeah.
No, and it's crazy. Like the more I've worked for different companies and different, I've seen a lot of things, but then that I've always learned what not to do based on like the different companies and places that I've worked. And then like, basically build a better mousetrap, learn from other people's failures. You'll learn way more from, failure than you'll ever learn from being successful. Because if you're successful, you're not going to try any other options, right? Because you're successful and you think that that's it. Then you just move on to the next thing, right?
Yep.
But when you fail at something, you have to try and try again, for next time, like this doesn't work, that doesn't work, this doesn't work. So then you're taking that information, but then you're also applying it to other avenues and other ventures and other companies and other jobs. So you actually have more of an advantage than most people because you've tried and failed.
Because you applied yourself? What? What message should we take?
What is this?
You applied yourself?
You applied yourself?
What?
How do you do that?
It's fucking crazy how that worked out. Sorry. I gotta stop being so cynical.
I mean, it's true, man. I'm like, did
y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
I see the world we're in and living in, and I'm just like, nobody takes accountability for anything. Nothing's clear and transparent, and they hide behind the veil. They hide behind the shield, and in some cases, people hide behind filters. And
you mean like Diddy? The diddler.
I don't know how the diddler has anything to do with this.
He's been hiding behind filters for a very, very long time.
I don't know if he's been hiding behind filters per se, but he's been hiding behind something.
Somebody's been filtering his
He's been hiding behind people's rear ends.
I read a whole thing in a Jelly Roll.
Dude, did you see the thing about Mike Tyson and him in Diddy? It was I think it was a Letterman.
Damn it. Don't.
Dude, Diddy was literally trying to put his hand on Mike Tyson's leg.
It's not a good idea.
And I'm like thinking the entire time, I'm like, Mike Tyson can like fucking send you into the middle of next month, right?
Diddy,
like he breaks you in
chill,
half.
Bro. You got no chill, homie. That's Mike Tyson, bro. Diddy.
But literally,
Diddler. Come on, Diddler.
The Diddler like literally kept putting his hands on Mike Tyson, and Mike kept picking his hand up, dude. And Mike's a big guy, right? So if he makes a movement, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
It's not like subtle. It's going to be like.
Yeah, no, that's just so. I was reading another thing about Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
So apparently, like the Diddy thing came up in an interview with him, and he, 50's like, you don't go to the Diddy parties. Apparently,
dude, I've heard
apparently Jelly Roll had not to go to a party, but had an opportunity to meet Diddy or something like that, or hang with him or something. And Jelly straight up, he goes like, because even then I didn't get a good vibe from him, so I turned him down. Like, I'm not going down that road. Like, and like, so Diddy's part of the Illuminati too. Like,
yep.
See, here's my thing: is like as soon as Illuminati killed off Pac and Biggie.
Yep.
Diddy's like, I'm Illuminati too. And then, I know there's all kinds of like, whoa, Andy, what are you saying right now? Shut your mouth. But
no, I love it.
Diddy went down the pipes after Biggie was gone, dude. Like,
here's the thing is I was never like, and this is what's so weird about me. Like when I grew up,
Molly said hashtag Devinism.
I know she's totally stealing. She's like today. She's like hashtag Mollyism. She's like, what Devinisms? Devinisms don't even exist. I was like, oh, really? But no. Anyways, so I grew up like I was always able to find talent and like identify and like see where people have potential in this, that, and the other. That's one of the reasons why like I was so good at the entertainment business and stuff like that, before obviously hiring people. I suck at that apparently. Good at identifying talent, suck at hiring people. So anyway,
what was this say? I always put things. I was like, I'm always misplacing things. My keys on the my keys in the refrigerator, my wallet in my drawer, or whatnot. My faith in other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned that. So I started a competition last week. So I had a bunch of designers off of Fiverr and Upwork design a T-shirt design, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I know I'm a control freak. I know I like to just like, if I want it done right, like just put my fucking hands on it. Like let me at it, right?
Yep.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn to relinquish control and like start to trust other people and ever this, that, and the other. So anyway, 2 days later, I get the designs from, and I think I talked about it last podcast actually, that I had just hired those people. So that tells you how long it took for me to finally get the the final product. I submitted it to the team and I asked like, anybody need corrections, any suggestions, and they said we hate all of them. Like no corrections, no like modify this, change this. Like literally, they did not like any of them. And I'm like just going, okay. So then I took my 15 or 20 designs that I had or whatever that I had already had done, mind you, that day that I started this competition. And they chose 2 of them. Now, mind you, I didn't tell who submitted what, so it was a fair blind testing, and I was just like, and you know what? And it proved a lot of things. It proved to the company of my value and my worth, right? Because I just put it out to the ether, let some of the strongest competitors compete in design. I let them know that you're competing with me. And I even told them, like, hey, I got 20 years experience. I don't know how many years experience you have, but let's bring in the new blood, right? Like, even if you have 2 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter because that's irrelevant. So, and I was actually looking for freshness. I was looking for, like, because, I'm 20 years into this shit. I'm like, I've seen enough shit enough times. Like, I want new, innovative, new, maybe coming from a different angle, different aspect and that sort of thing. So I hired these people, and yeah, like, literally, none of them were worth the shit. It was a waste of money. And then now I literally proved my whole entire point of I'm 4 projects in after I was waiting for these people to submit their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've finished 4 fucking projects, including that T-shirt that I was waiting. And I'm like,
that motherfucking T-shirt.
But no, it's like it drove a point that like, hey, if y'all aren't happy with me, I am more than happy to push it out to others and let's see what they come up with. And then I did that, and they were like, we like the 2 of these designs, which just so happen to be mine. And I'm like going, all right, now there's value
in what I do.
In what I do, exactly. So sometimes when people don't know your value, you give them the opportunity to learn your value, and that's exactly what happened. And it was really cool, like test case scenario. I don't know how I just pulled it out of my ass, but it was like, it really was an eye opener for the entire company. It was like, okay, like, because that was the thing that I realized the person before me, she outsourced everything. So there was no consistency in anything. And so
especially if you don't use the same fucking company.
Right. Or
just keep getting the lowest bidder.
Right. Exactly.
And none of them, the quality just keeps taking a shit. Like, but yeah, like because
you remember our conversation, I told you about like what one of the people had said, and it kind of irked me, and it kind of like drove me a little bit.
Well, guess what? Your value has been proven.
Yeah, so I was like, how can I combat this in a creative, non passive aggressive type of way?
Well, from the opposite angle of actually aggressive people, and from the speaking of value, there's something that might, like, it's for your side of the argument for comic books and comic stuff. So the most expensive comic book has just been auctioned off, and lo and behold, it's not a Marvel.
What? Who is it? What is it?
It's before it was called DC, they were called Detective Comics. Those of you who don't know, because even though I'm not a big DC fan, I know their history. But it was Detective Comics, and it was one of the first comic books Batman appearance.
What year?
Let's see.
And what edition? Was it number 1?
So, Detective Comics number 27 fetched a jaw-dropping 1.825 million at auction.
Save that, copy that, screenshot it, whatever.
Right.
Because I have what year?
Hold on. It says 1939.
Okay, because I was going to say I have 1930s, 1940s comic books that I've been holding on to. Yes.
The fuck are you doing?
Dude, I'm talking like these.
So
hold on. These are first edition, like when DC and
you may want to call this guy that bought it. Listen, this here's
that's what I'm saying. Like you're actually onto something.
Detective Comics, so 1.8 million, right?
Holy fuck! I'm sitting on a gold mine. Yes.
TMZ. Here it says TMZ. This ain't the buyer's first rodeo, because while this is the most expensive version of his comic collection, hold on, it's not the only copy he has of this.
Oh,
so he's one of the only owners to have this particular one.
I think I actually have. So most of the ones I have are 1st and 5th edition. So like literally number 1 print and number 5 print.
I'm not sure.
That's why I asked what print was that. You said 20. Was it 25?
So Detective Comics, the issue was number 27.
27. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have number 5 and number 1 on a lot of different comic books.
You might want to take a look at what you got, especially if
I don't know who
if they
to appraise though.
If they predate 1980.
Oh yeah.
And here's the other thing: you're gonna have to pay somebody to.
Oh yeah, and that's where it gets.
There
sketchy.
Is a pretty solid dude over in Flower Mound, edge of Louisville, Flower Mound. He does appraisal on books.
So I one day I posted
James could hook you up with somebody who can do a good appraisal too. He's huge into comics. You have no idea.
James is.
Oh my god!
I had no idea. I mean, I'm not into it. I just
My god!
I got an awesome story behind this. So, my grandma lived in Pennsylvania, right? She lived in Coudersport, right off of Route 6, which anybody knows Route 6 turns into Route 66, which everybody used to drive down that road back in the day. Anyway, long story short, there was a house that was in front of hers, and it had a bunch of old muscle cars. And so, me as a young kid, like we were talking about earlier with the whole guns thing and being explorers and shit. Like when I was young, I was very explorer. I'm still to this day, I'm still fascinated by learning, right? I'm always trying to learn new shit every single fucking day. So anyway, I found all of these muscle cars sitting in this house. And so I knocked on the door. Nobody was there. I looked at all the cars. I literally sat in a lot of them because they were unlocked. And then I walked through the house. And dude, this house, I wish to God I had a fucking trailer. You remember those old gas signs, those metal tin gas signs that are worth a fucking buck ton fortune? They were littered throughout the house.
American Pickers.
Yes, dude. And there was comic books. There was Time magazine from the 40s. Dude, it literally, when I walked in there, I felt like I walked in a portal, like a time fucking portal, from the 30. Yes, portal. I felt like
interesting.
I felt like I walked into the 30s and 40s because everything everywhere was literally 40s, 30s and 40s type shit. The gas fucking signs and everything. And I just grabbed what I could and what I thought at a young fucking age. I think I was maybe 12, maybe even might even been younger than that. I grabbed what I thought perceivably was valuable at the time. And I just bounced out of there because I didn't know whose house it was. I didn't know shit about it, right?
Yep.
Well, get this. 3 days later, the cars were demolished and the house was leveled. And I'm those cars are worth fortune. And then we're talking, there was a Barracuda. There was Ford Fairlane. There was, dude,
what did she use to catch it?
Catch what?
The Barracuda. Kind of bait.
You asshole.
Sorry, dad jokes are on the mind. My bad. Yeah, that's
yeah. So I was really I was relieved because I felt like I saved a part of history, but at the same time, I was it was my soul was kind of crushed because I felt like now nobody has an opportunity to ever read or see any of this stuff ever again because it's been bulldozed. It's been fucking completely demolished. And then I felt like, damn it, I should have. And like this one I learned at a young age. It's like when you see something, get it. It's hoarding. You like how I turned it around?
Yeah.
When you see something, get it. Because you never know. Never, ever know.
Yep. Spend that money.
Spend that money.
It might be an investment you regret not taking.
Well, it's funny because that investment was free.
But yeah, at the end of the day, that's a score for your comics over there.
Yeah, like I literally... Okay, so going back to what I was starting to talk about. So I follow a couple of the auctioneers. One of the guys is really, really big. He was on Texas Storage Wars and a couple other shows. Anyway, I posted some pictures because him and I are like... I have his personal cell phone number and stuff like that. I posted some photos of these comic books. And he was like, bring them to my store.
Bring them to me.
Yes, he was like, bring them all to me. He was like, but I'm like, I don't want to sell them for pennies on the dollar. Like, I know that they're worth a shit ton, and I don't want to sell as a lot, right? Because then I'm going to get less than if I sell them individually. I will make a shit ton more. Dude, I have Gene Autry and Lone Ranger. I have like their first edition, and there's a Gene Autry museum right here in Oklahoma, and I'm like, dude, I could literally sell this fucking thing. It's a first edition, first print. Yeah, and there's literally a fucking museum right down the road. I'm like, cha-ching! Oh. How much money you got? A lot.
Man,
how much money you want? A lot.
As much as you got. Is there anybody out in the audience, if you happen to be listening right now? Anybody else collect anything?
Yeah, I'd love to hear about y'all's collection.
Or got some stuff that you wish that you might be able to turn in for some money if you go through it. Probably stashed somewhere in an attic.
Or if you have some kind of hidden gem that you're like, holy shit, like one day I'm going to fucking cash this motherfucker in.
Not sure if I do. I'd have to look around. My firearms is probably my money pit. Like if we're really breaking down brass tacks, I feel like a couple of those could get some fucking...
So I have a card right now that I could show you that's worth $500,000. It's a
baseball card.
Actually, Patrick, you might be interested in this because you're a baseball like fanatic. You ever heard of Roberto Clemente? He died in an airplane crash. He was a fucking badass baseball player. I have his baseball card, and it was when I was a little kid. It was worth about $150,000, and now I think it's up to about $500,000, if not more.
Is it as a Topps?
I can't remember what brand it is, but it's sealed.
That Gary guy, that Gary V guy, Gary Vaynerchuk or whatever, that always does all the motivational talks and shit. He's a big card collector.
Well, so I come to find out, my boss when I was at AT&T, he's from Pittsburgh, and this Roberto Clemente, not only was he played for the Pittsburgh Pirates at the time, that was the team.
Mm-hmm.
He knew all about him because apparently he grew up in the same town that my boss did. And so like whenever I talked about it, he was like, I would love to see that card one day. So like we had a fucking meeting one day, right? And I put like literally on the screen, I put up the card and he was just like, you literally have it. I was like, yes. He's like, that is the fucking holy grail of baseball cards. Honus Wagner's number one. That is number two. Honus Wagner's only number one because there's only, I think there was like a handful made, maybe 4 or 5. But this is the Roberto Clemente is number 2. Mickey Mantle's number 3. And the second card that I have,
what was number 1? Sorry,
Honus Wagner.
I just wanted you to say it again.
Why?
It just sounds funny to me. Honus Wagner.
Honus Wagner.
I just feel like
that's legitimately his name. And then the second was Roberto Clemente, and then the third one is Mickey Mantle. So the other thing that I have is Mickey Mantle's signed fucking poster with the Yankees.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on the Honus Wagner. I see is like, what are you doing, man?
Dude, go Google it.
I'm wagging my horns. Like, I just see a guy.
Go Google it. Oh, no. If you Google the image of that card, you will fucking laugh your ass off. You're going to go, that was a baseball player. You're like, my kid has more meat than this guy. No bullshit. Like I've followed baseball card collecting and all that stuff.
It hurt you. Hold on.
I had Beckett's and all that.
Miss Wagner baseball card.
Yeah, wait till you see the fucking image of this. I think it's probably worth. I don't know how many millions it's worth now. Honus Wagner.
Honus Wagner baseball
There you go.
card.
There you go. Was I not right?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Let me see it. Oh, your screen went dark. Yes.
Oh, you have that?
That's it, huh?
You have this or
No. That's number one. So I said I got number two. That's the highest.
Which
gross.
one do you have? Which one's the number 2?
Roberto Clemente. That's the one I have.
Roberto Clemente baseball card. Sorry if I butchered that.
And number 3 is Mickey Mantle. What's it say?
What card do you have? I've got 124,000, 93,000. Oh wait, that's Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, that was one of my the poster I have.
92,000.
And the fact that the poster's signed by Mickey Mantle is probably makes it even.
Yeah, it depends on what card it is.
Let me see what you got. Let me see. I can tell you. I have photographic memory.
Oh, there's that's the highest one, I think. One of those with 120 some odd thousand. You see it or no?
Yeah. They got it for sale right now. 23,000. Not too bad. But that's what they're selling it for. It doesn't say what's going.
Yes, that's $23,000 that you might slip in your pocket
for a fucking card, bro. That's just sitting there collecting dust. Well, it's not collecting dust because it's safe.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta keep that thing.
It's secured.
Damn, man, that's some good money. You know how we were talking about Diddy earlier?
Yeah.
You know how Cat Williams been talking about exposing.
Dude, and he did 2024 expose everybody. Dude, he wasn't lying.
So TMZ ran into Akon at the airport the other day and kind of asked him.
Akon, and you don't easy.
You know how he's not big in the scene anymore.
Yeah,
you don't see him out partying it up and shit. So
he's been laying low.
They asked him about Diddy. And, he's like, I send my best thoughts to him. Whatever happens. But he says he doesn't party enough to know the ins and outs of what goes on with as far as that's concerned. But he thinks that the constant scandals and in the music industry and things that are simply bad for the business are going to be exposed this year. He's saying the same kind of things that Cat's saying. There's a bunch of people.
Wait, who's saying that? Akon. Okay, Akon. Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying this is going to be the year that the industry gets exposed.
So you want to hear something fucked up? And I actually had this conversation with Beth. I was talking to Beth about this. So my cousin, who's a former model, I would love to get her in the studio. Actually, I got a tornado watch effect till 5 p.m. It's fucking 8:40. What the fuck? It's a little late for that notice. Yeah, I just got it popped up on my phone. So my cousin, she told me when I was really, really young, I think I was maybe 14, 16, something like that. I was really, really young at the time. We talked about, because she was big in the modeling scene, right? And I asked her, I was like, well, how come you never transitioned into acting and stuff like that, and getting into the behind the scenes, and the silver screen and stuff? And she goes, oh, you don't understand. I go, what do you mean? She goes, that industry, you've got to basically, as a female, sleep your way to the top. And then she told me about her roommate, and I was like, oh, really? Who's your roommate? Because she used to send me Sports Illustrated, Stacey Williams, autographed pictures, and Sports Illustrated magazine. My cousin was good friends with a lot of big big names and stuff like that. She even dated Bon Jovi for a while, and I got Bon Jovi's guitar pick still at my house, or still in my safe too. Speaking of memorabilia, collectible shit. So she was telling me, she was like, yeah, Charlize Theron used to be my roommate, and she was like, she literally slept her way to the top, and she was like, in the fact that like,
well, she's not. I mean, she's a decent actress.
It doesn't matter. It's like they don't get the limelight put on them until they do, you know, just like the Illuminati, right? Like until you dress as if you're a male,
yeah.
So you dress like a female and
Right,
act dumb. You know that, what did they call it? The
initiation.
the initiation, but they call it something else. It's like something, the embarrassment, or it's part of the initiation, but it's like it's part of the tier. Like you got to do this at one point in order to, like, you know, achieve this certain status. So basically she was telling me this at a young age, and like at a young age, like I couldn't digest like what she was saying. Like I had no frame of reference. And then she started talking about Weinstein, and I had no idea who the fuck Weinstein was. And she told me like how much of a creep like he is and a couple other people. And then all of a sudden this shit started hitting the fan, you know, with Harvey Weinstein or whatever, and like a couple other people. And I'm like going, holy shit, like the stuff she was telling me, I think she might actually be telling me the truth. But as a young kid, like you're just like, okay, yeah, whatever. But then when you see it,
so here's my thing, is like the dress thing, okay?
Yes, what the fuck is up with that?
I understand the concept, I do. But look at one of our most profound and most loved actors that I wouldn't really see buying into Illuminati, Robin Williams. He made a whole movie, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think that man was like trying to, you know?
I do have an answer for this because I've actually thought about this in depth.
Or is it because he knew? You know what I mean? Like, just like what's his name from Linkin Park, and what he was going to do,
Chester Bennington and
some Soundgarden,
and yes, Chris Cornell.
Yep.
Yeah. Like no, and actually I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think like those who want to either expose it through lyrics, through music, Lennon was another one, like way back when. I mean, he was one of the literally, he had the CIA and the FBI both fucking targeting his ass. And that's one of the reasons why I did that film with Patrick and stuff about the Lennon stories, was because like I knew for a fact like there was some shit, there was some fuckery going on. But that's the thing with all of these industries. I mean, one of the biggest recruiters for the Navy was fucking YMCA. Like people don't realize like the government has their hands in a lot of music and a lot of movies. That being said, they kind of control the narrative. They control the content. So you're not going to see stuff that's controversial, and you're not going to hear stuff that's controversial because they have a hand in it. And that's the thing, is when you try to, as a young artist and stuff like that, Chris Cornell, fucking Chester Bennington, I mean, Robin Williams, when you look at these people that had everything going for them, but they did not want to conform to the Illuminati and to those dark forces and dark entities, like, where are they at? And you know who's remember the Coneheads? Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd, yep.
Yeah, he was talking about Star Killers for fucking forever, and everybody just chalked it off. He's a lunatic. I think we need to start listening to what he had to say back then, dude.
So,
because Cat Williams was relevant now, but Dan Aykroyd, he's been saying this for fucking 15 years.
Like, what I'm wondering is, like,
hey, audience members and people, like, this is the first, like, fucking breaking news.
Where's Denzel Washington at, man?
Go check out Dan Aykroyd and, like, talk about, like, let's pull some of his footage and shit he's talked about. Anyway, go ahead.
So
and 23 is a reference number. Go ahead.
Like, and I'm also wonder, like, because you know, there's people like Denzel that doesn't buy into all the Hollywood bullshit either, and I wonder, like, what he knows and what he keeps to himself. That's what but dude, he doesn't. He tends to speak, dude. He does not agree with most of Hollywood agenda, man. I got to give that to him. I will also agree with you, though. Have you had a chance to watch? Is it Netflix or HBO? I don't remember, but I think it's Netflix, but the new documentary on Nickelodeon.
Oh no, I've been wanting to watch it. What's it? It's
Bro,
called like
you'd
fuck,
have to
what's the
look
name
it
of
up.
it? Yeah.
They couldn't put Nickelodeon's name in it, obviously.
Yeah.
But dude, like when you want to talk about like
Sexually innuendos.
slimy,
Yeah.
no, not just sexual innuendos, dude. This gets so much worse. Like it ruined Nickelodeon for me. Now, I will say that most of the stuff that's being brought to light happened after I quit watching. We're talking early 2000s. The majority of the stuff the stories are on were post.
Yeah, Lindsay said quiet on the set. Thank you, Lindsay. Yes, thank you.
That's what it is.
I need to watch that. I need to put it in my queue.
So it's really bad. It really is eye-opening. And thankfully for me, it was post 1999, 2000 by the time I had quit watching Nick at Night and all that stuff. But the stuff that came out and that was aired is just, it's absolutely crazy. And
well, speaking of movies, I don't know if are you done with that or like you want to.
But it's just it falls right in line with the Hollywood, the people think they're going to get protected. They've got all this going on, and like you think that you can do all this and get away with it because of who you are and where you're around, and then you get busted and you got like 300,000 files worth of child porn. Like that's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it goes deeper than that. You got to watch the whole thing, but that's just scratching the surface.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Have you seen that new movie called Poor Things with Emma Stone?
No, have not.
It's like fucked up, but if you understand the underlying meaning of like what it's trying to represent, and granted, there's a lot of gratuitous fucking nudity. And that was the first time I've ever seen Emma Stone naked, and I was kind of like,
I didn't even know she ever got naked.
I did exactly, but she gets naked like 3/4 of this fucking movie. I'm like going,
does it deal with abuse and shit?
No.
Okay.
It was pretty.
I just got to be careful. What stuff I watch. It triggers me sometimes. So I got.
Yeah, no, it wasn't about abuse. It was a very eye opening. I liked the fact that it was it wasn't a story that, like, let's face it, like fucking Hollywood likes to repeat every goddamn thing, right? Like everything that's been good and successful, they try to repeat it. Hence, like they're about to do a Boondock Saints fucking 3rd edition, and just like every other thing they're trying to bring back. But anyway, I liked it because of originality. I liked it because William Dafoe's in it. He's fucking amazing. He's an amazing actor. I love watching some of the stuff he's in. He's absolutely really amazing in this.
It's weird to look at.
Dude, if you see him in this movie, he's a fucking monster. Like, no bullshit. Like, his face is cut up left and right. Like, yeah. And it's fucking fitting for William Dafoe. But, like, the storyline and everything, and, like, the fact that it talks about, like, it deals with society, and it talks about, like, how no matter what we do to try to fix the systemic, issues with society, like, it's still going to be this way. No matter what we do and no matter how we try to fix things, people are people, and they're going to be corrupt, and they're going to be absolute power corrupts absolutely.
And the bigger the population in the world gets, the more likely you're going to have more fucked up people just simply by numbers.
Numbers, law of averages. So, like, that's what was interesting about this movie, because without giving too much information away, like, Emma Stone is, like, basically her brain has, like, she died, and this William Dafoe basically she was pregnant, puts the baby's brain in her head. So she functions like a baby, but she has an adult body. So she's experiencing everything as a child, like as an infant, right? But she has the
Jesus.
No, it's a
mind fuck.
It is very a mind fuck. That's why I'm recommending this movie. If you like things that are going to challenge your thought process and challenge, like, and I love like things like this that make me think outside of the scope of reality. Like, I love shit like this. Not when it's too far suspension of disbelief. Like when you're talking Star Wars and all that shit. Like that's too far disconnected. Whereas like this, I could see like, okay, this person dies. She's pregnant. You take the brain of the baby that's gonna die, and you create life from life. so to speak.
Scientists do play God a lot. They do have a God complex. So
yeah.
But man, just the concept of it, dude. That's just so.
And then let me. So like this started a whole fucking snowball effect for me because I'm like, okay,
don't spoil it. Don't spoil
no,
it.
I'm not. I'm gonna go on a completely different tangent, but it's relevant too. So I watched this thing after that because I was like, man, this is like really fascinating, like about certain things. So I watched this thing about memories, dude. This shit was fucking mind blowing because it's one of the only things that you can't. Once it's done, it's done. You can't share it. You can take pictures of it, yes. You can video it, yes, but you can never relive.
Cat's out the bag.
Yeah, like you can't put it back in. And I was like going, this is so deep and so profound. Like, think about it. Like, your memories, that's what creates who you are. Like, because I can't exchange with you, Andy. Here's my memories, like, you exchange your memory. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's something that we hold so near and dear that we cannot share. It's not tangible. Once it's gone, bro. Like, and then you think about, like, okay, like, reflecting upon our past, like think about things you've done and experiences you've had, and you're like going, dude, that's the last time I'm ever going to do that again. You know what I mean? Like the snow day, like Snowmageddon, right? Like when we all fucking went hard into paint, fucking rental cars, and just like I realized I'm like going, that memory happened and it was shared by us. And nobody else can understand and nobody else can relate. Nobody else can experience a level of fear, but yet fun. You know what I mean?
So much fun.
Yeah, like just the sheer, like, we're walking on death's tightrope right now, and like we're fucking.
I almost hit a light pole on a.
Yeah, I know.
That was.
But that's the thing is like, and then you realize it, like after the fact, you're like, we're never going to do that again. Like that was the one time that we were all together and we all got a chance to just fucking unwind and have a blast. And I'm like, you look at where you are, where I'm at, where Aaron is at, like basically everybody that was there.
Cody was out there, right?
Yeah, Cody was there. Gary, who was the guy who sold me the Mercedes, he was there. He was the one that had that shit. Remember the flip phone? He's like, can you use this video footage? And dude, it was like, I was like, I could have drawn stick figures and it would look better.
I'd have to see and remember.
It was
just us, Sherry, and Cody and Aaron.
And
girl.
Charlotte.
Wasn't Tiffany?
It was Charlotte, and then
she was out there.
Yeah, Charlotte was out there. She was out there the first time, and then she came out there with me the second time.
Okay.
When I was trying to like get everybody rounded up for round 2, like it was just like me and her. So we had a blast just fucking cruising or whatever through the same parking lots and stuff. But yeah, like it's just like it makes you think. It's like these things that we hold, experiences, yes, blah blah blah. Like you can translate that, but like memories, like no two people are gonna have the same memory. Like your memory of that day is gonna be different than mine.
Yeah, it's perspective.
Like in perspective, exactly. Like you don't even remember half the people that were there. I had to fill you in, so it's like that just goes to show you, even though we were enjoying that same event at that same time, because of perspective and because of your memory that's yours and personal to you, is different than mine. And I would love to have Aaron and I would love to have like Cody, like to hear all their different perspectives. But it really got me thinking, and like that movie was kind of the catalyst that like got me thinking of like memories and how at the end of the day that's what separates us from everything and everybody else, because some people need those memories.
It makes them who they are,
right? And other people,
especially if
are
they learn,
trying,
especially if they learn from those memories.
Yes, if they learn from those memories. I like this. I'm bringing this full circle. You see how I did that?
Fuck yeah. We do that a lot.
We do that shit. But yeah, dude, and the memories and stuff like that, that was what was fascinating with me, and it really sparked, my creative and my thinking process of like, hey, like, this is something that separates us from any other animals or any other mammals, whatever, is the fact that like we have these memories, and some of us need those to progress, and some of us use those as a crutch. Some of us use those as, well, man, I used to do this and I used to do that and I used to fucking be successful, and then they migrate and they kind of shift towards that, not realizing like creating new memories and creating new adventures and stuff like that. That's what you need to be focusing on, because what has happened has already happened. You can't change that, right? And you can't relive it, because the experience you had then and there is going to be different.
You can either let it stop you or you can grow from it.
Exactly.
I see where you're going.
You see where I'm going?
I see where you're going.
It's a long ass Devinism.
It's a roundabout.
It's
not an intersection. It's a roundabout.
It's a big, very big roundabout. I love fucking roundabouts because I'm moving.
Yeah.
No, and that's a challenge, because some people like, and it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about like cutting people off, right? Like how you were talking about so and so, it was like easy to just cut people off, blah blah blah. Like I'm kind of that way. Like I give people rope, like I said, like whether they climb out of it or whether they hang themselves with it. I give people the opportunity, and if they prove that opportunity, they drop the ball on it, then that shows who they are. And if they're going to do it that one time, then they're probably going to continue to do it. And that's the thing, is like people that live in the past, like that's, that you can't repeat it. It's gone. It's done. Like that moment in time, that time when you won that trophy, that time when you beat all the odds, that's done.
You can only lose your virginity one time.
There you go. Andy with the words of wisdom.
I'm here.
You can't go back and relive and hope that your virginity stays.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I hope that if anybody takes anything away from here, like that's the thing. Like, work on creating new memories and creating memories not with just yourself that you get to experience, but like bring and involve others that they get to experience. Like the eclipse. And this is why I'm bringing this full circle once again. Pun intended. Is the fact is that we got to collectively share that experience. We got to all watch and see the same thing from different points and different viewpoints and different perspectives. Like you watched it here, and I watched it in Arlington. I didn't see no fucking UFOs that they showed in the Arlington video footage.
Like, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I was like going,
really good camera too.
I was like, I had a fucking telephoto lens on that bitch, and I did not see that. But then again, I shot every 15 seconds.
And like, just the way it went by, is like, could y'all not done some better editing? Like,
yeah,
like it just was like, man, how could y'all have not dressed that up a little bit more?
Yeah, I like that. To me, that just
So what that
caused some bullshit.
So that part is what gets to me when we were talking about one time on the show. Have aliens been here? Are they hanging out with us? This and that. And Neil deGrasse Tyson was it Neil deGrasse?
Yeah, Neil deGrasse.
Or Neil Tyson deGrasse, whatever.
Yeah, I know who you know about.
The famous astronomer, astrologist, whatever you want to call it. I forget. He's in astrophysics, all that shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't think they're here. He goes, we as humans load 1 billion photographs and videos a minute as a world population with HD cameras all the time, and yet we still cannot get completely clear footage of a fucking true UFO outside of what the government is holding on to.
Mm-hmm. What's up? Oh my God, it's 2 furry fucks.
We got the cuteness button to come on.
Oh, look, Willow's tail's going. Willow is like a miniature furball like you.
Those of you that hung out with us for a little bit, we're about to bring on a guest star.
Oh my God.
I told you she was big.
Look at her.
Come here.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my God, she's beautiful.
Come here, you. What's going on here?
And she smells pretty. Go ahead, have a seat. Hang out. Here, would you like a Jello shot? You know you would. You like it what? You like it? All right, come on, get it, get it. Either one, whichever one you want.
So this, y'all, seems to be Stormy. Stormy is 11 weeks old, and her paws are almost the size of my hand. This is our cute total dorbs that we just picked up. New family member last night.
Enjoy picking her up now.
She is heavy already.
Enjoy picking her up now.
11 weeks and almost 30 pounds. But yeah, she's here to hang out with us in the studio this evening. She's very mild-mannered, very well trained already. She pees outside. She gets along with the other doggy. She's she's shaking a little bit right now. She's just scared. She just met Willow. They got along well too. But check out the puppy, y'all. This is our new family member. She's an Alaskan Malamute.
Oh, I can't wait till wintertime when she gets a snow nose.
Her parents are 100 pounds plus, so she's probably going to be that big too as well. Like I said, she's 30 pounds at 11 weeks. If you just got an idea of how big she is, like there she is. That's a big girl.
Oh,
my big fluff. Let's say she's not talkative right now, but I'm sure eventually she will be talkative.
Oh shit! All right, hold on. Let me press the button on there, and then let me get the.
Do you have am I missing any audience comments? Are they? Because I don't get all the comments. You do.
Ashley says pretty puppy. And then she said hello, Stormy. Oh, is that her new name now?
I think it's Stormy. I think it's going to be Stormy. It went back and forth between Eclipse and Stormy because we got her yesterday. But we also drove home with her through a storm, too, as well. And Stormy seems to be the overwhelming selection. Somebody said Luna, but Michael already has a puppy named Luna with Grandma. But she is adorable. She's fit right in. She's very well behaved already for 11 weeks old.
That's awesome.
She's quickly picking up sit already.
I will tell you that she loves shoes.
Yeah.
She takes them out of the closet and darts away with them. So we're going to have to keep shoes off of the floor.
We're just going to have to get her chew toys.
Yeah. We're going shopping tomorrow.
But yeah, she's a sweetie. She did also try to chew the furniture today too.
The coffee table?
She tried to chew the coffee table a couple times, but we're okay. We'll get that in check, won't we?
As long as the potty training alone already, like
I couldn't believe that. I was like, dude,
wins.
literally yesterday, fucking Sapphire, get her out of the cage, pees right in front of the fuck. Oh. So I woke up and I'm like, what is that fucking smell? And I'm like going, no, it was shit. And not only was it shit, she somehow shit halfway through the fucking cage. Half of it was luckily I had a towel down underneath her cage. Half of it was on that towel.
Fozzie did that.
And half of it was in the grids. I go, are you Houdini shitting now? Like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, how? And then the other one was on the opposite corner of the. I'm like, all right, well, I give you fucking credit for creativity, but you're an asshole.
Yeah, she was great all last night. Every time that she needed to go potty, she howled to the gods.
The camera's not switching. Oh, it just did. Ooh.
What?
What?
It wasn't switching to you when you were talking.
Oh.
It might not be.
I'm okay with that. I don't really want to be on camera anyway.
Okay. But yes, look at her, y'all. She's freaking huge and she's adorable.
This might be why.
No memory card cannot play.
No.
She doesn't want to be on camera.
All right.
Nope.
Too late. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll fix that problem.
But yeah, so
you can just be the voice of the gods.
Talk me into a dog. I wanted a big fluffy one, and this is what we got.
So is she a woolly? Do you know?
I saw the other.
Yeah. What did the mother and the father look like?
Big.
So the mother.
Well, I know. I'm talking about furball mess.
The mother is woolly. The father was not as fluffy.
Okay.
Yeah.
She looks almost exactly like her mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost a spitting image of her mom.
Yeah, she's got the furball. Yeah.
She's a fluff.
She's gonna be like Willow, fucking woolly as hell. I can't wait till they get the snow noses together when they get the little pink little.
Yes, they will be friends. They
Yep.
will be friends. And
That's what I was like. I was saying about like the dog park. I was like, because I belong to like a lot of the Husky and Malamute groups and
Yeah.
stuff, and they all like, hey, we're gonna go here, da 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 da. Like, you can come. Like it's almost like a child like play date,
I
right?
used to be in one for Mowgli.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And so like, I was like, dude, that'll be awesome. We can actually go to like the dog parks.
That's what I wanted.
want to go
That's
down?
what
Yes.
I want a dog that I can take to the dog park. I
Yes.
can take to patio bars
Yep.
with me. That I can take grocery shopping.
So have you ever
with
been to
me.
that one in the Colony? It's called the Shacks.
You talking about where the taco place is?
No, there's 5 restaurants there.
Yeah, but there's a taco place there.
Yeah, there's a taco place there. There's like a seafood place for the seafood fanatics, and their seafood is actually legit there. Like, it's actually really good. And then there's
we went there once upon a time with Willow and Kayla's dog.
Nina.
Sure.
Was she like?
I don't remember.
Was she like Willow? Look like Willow?
Yeah, and Willow was getting muddy, and like they were playing in a mud pit or something, or trying to.
Probably.
Or the only dogs that weren't. I don't remember. It was something like that.
Yeah, I think they were the only dogs that weren't. I think Kayla's dog, she'd love to get fucking muddy. Willow's like a priss. Willow's like, I don't want to get mud.
I haven't figured out what this one is.
No,
yet.
she's good. It was muddy in the backyard all day and all last night, and she walked right out there, did her business, and
Oh, the best part is like when they get mud and they get water and shit on them, it comes off so fucking fast, so easy.
she
Their
was
coats are made to
drooling.
repel.
I know, dude. Like when it comes to like my when it comes to like Sapphire, her fucking like she just carries it through the house.
Yeah, it happens unfortunately. Do you want to get down and play with Willow? Do you want to get down and play with Willow?
Oh, look at that little tongue. That's absolutely adorable.
She is a cutie.
I wish I would have gotten Willow when she was like young, because I could have probably straightened a lot of her bad habits. But like she's been good. She's been a good girl.
Your dog has improved immensely since you first got it.
Yeah.
She was skittish.
I'm still working on Sapphire though, but yeah.
Slightly aggressive.
Yes. Willow has gotten, oh man, me and that dog, and even still, like when I start brushing her, I say, hey, I have to do this twice a year.
Thank you, Molly.
I tell Willow, I go, I have to do this twice a year, whether you like it or not. I was like, I still have to do it.
Aw, Ashley, that's sweet. Thank you.
The audience coming in clutch.
Female dogs are the best, right?
I mean, okay, I guess so.
You want Jello shot?
Jello shot for doggy?
No.
No.
Jello shot for doggy?
Yeah, she's gonna be a big one. She's a welcomed addition.
She's
our
coming to
house.
you.
Yeah, she is. Hey, sweetie. She's already like half the size of Willow. Like she's a big one. She is,
Yeah.
and she's the sweetest thing.
And that's the thing with Willow, like she just won't gain size. Same thing with Sapphire. And I'm like going, even Gucci, like my other pit bull, was like twice the size of her. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with you? And like I feed them all protein, like literally I think it's like 47% fucking protein. So I'm like, you're getting protein. Like, what the fuck is going on?
You're
Sorry,
just
sweetie.
petite ladies.
Yeah, for real.
You good girl.
This one's not gonna be. She's already a chunker.
Hey, just FYI, go to Tractor Supply to get you the good. Because I was going for Sam's Club and stuff for years and years, but then like I started looking at some of the stuff at Tractor Supply and the prices,
Yeah.
way better.
Yeah.
And I had a Sam's Club and Costco membership that is still better.
Yeah, Andy said nothing but premium food for this puppy.
Not
Nah.
premium. From is not premium. It's one of the cheaper, better brands.
I'll show you what I have right now. It's good. It's got the highest protein of anything I've seen so far,
It's cheaper.
and it's not crude protein. It's like legit. Badass.
It's cheaper than Blue. I won't buy Blue Buffalo food. It's just ridiculous. But yeah,
So my puppies were spoiled for like the longest time because I used to buy their food off of lots of auction. Yeah, and I would buy it
go
like
fucking figure.
literally by the truckload. I would literally like my friend Kara that like has dogs. I was like, "Hey, what size dog do you have?" She's like, da 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 da. And I'm like, "Oh, I have dog food. Here you go." Because I'm like, I'm not paying like no $80 to $100 for a fucking bag of dog food. I'm sorry, but
Oh, I don't pay that much.
Well, that's why I bought it.
$50.
It was when I was before inflation. It was $32 a bag for a big one.
Yeah.
And now it's gone up to like $45 or $48, depending on if it's on sale or not. But every 12 bags, I get a free one.
Where's
Thanks.
this at?
Huh?
Where's that?
Hollywood Feed.
Oh, okay.
Which, believe it or not, they're cheaper than Pet Supplies Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Pet Supplies Plus. Like, I went in there and bought a bag of dog food once upon a time. Same dog food. And it was damn near, I think, $30 more.
No, Pet Supplies Plus is more expensive than Petco and PetSmart.
That's just nuts to me. Why would anybody shop there? How do they stay open?
Bro, and what most people don't realize, Tractor Supply, like, has a bigger selection. And, like, it's way cheaper.
I mean, it's Tractor.
It's not as big as, like...
Doesn't it? Yeah. Don't they call themselves, like, is it not Tractor Supply and Feed, or no? It's just Tractor Supply.
It's Tractor Supply.
It's Tractor Supply, yeah.
But they do have feed and food.
Oh, and
animals in general.
That's where we got the stuff for the quail.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's where they had. That's how it.
Man,
that's
fuck
what
them quails.
started. Because I was like going to get stuff for quails, and I'm like going, well, while I'm at it, might as well look at dog food. And then I looked at dog food. I'm going, I've been doing this wrong for so many fucking years. I've been buying.
Fuck them dirty ass birds, man.
Yeah, thank God.
Shittiest fucking birds ever.
Thank God they ain't in this motherfucking house.
Literally the shittiest birds.
Yes, they are. What is that?
Dog treats. Can I go into Willow?
Yeah, sure. She's a fucking snob, just FYI.
You remember she was slipping Willow treats the last time she was on the fucking show, or put that picture up?
You were cashing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you were giving her nuts?
Yes.
Yeah.
She loved him. She didn't want this treat.
Andy, stop with the sophomore humor. Oh, what? What do you want?
Oh yes, we're highbrow tonight. I forgot.
Highbrow. We were good. Like, we were literally talking about shit that would, like, literally be like
Compromising positions.
Yeah.
That?
No.
What do you need?
Paper towel. Do you still have some up here?
Compromising positions.
Closest thing.
Yeah. You want it? I'm gonna give
Ooh wee.
My allergies have been.
So yeah, those of you, if you decided to tune in to see the puppy, thank you. I appreciate you. I threw up a post saying if you want to see a cuteness overload, tune in for a few minutes for fluffiness. So, she's now a guest star on the show. She's officially been inducted to the studio. She's eating something. I don't know what.
her treats.
You know what's funny? Back when I did the Russ Martin show, I was there on a Friday, and they did. Was it?
Those need to go back in the fridge. Ooh, that was a little liquidy. Oh, so strong, so strong.
Mine wasn't, but whatever.
I'm glad we're not like drinking tonight.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Pause from the City or something like that was in the studio, and I actually talked to Mark Berman, something like that. Anyways, he was in charge of. Whoa. Who are that? Who's barking over there?
That was yours.
Was that mine? What's she barking about?
Oh no.
she wants more food, probably.
Will, you want more treats? Too bad.
She won't eat this one.
This one's skittish.
I'm telling you,
ours is very skittish. Like I opened a drawer today to get I think it was shorts or something or a shirt, and she just took off. She bolted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's like, and I was like, where are you
Oh,
going?
that's gonna be how'd she do with the storm today?
We drove in a storm last night. She was fine.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she
Well,
was.
tomorrow's supposed to be, I think, storms as well. So
It was
Late
hailing
this
last
or
night.
early morning too.
Yeah, it was hailing last night, and I slept in the living room with her, and it didn't bother her at all.
no shaking.
It
or
hailed
No.
last night.
Hmm.
Damn, I must have been tired.
Dude, what time?
I slept through that shit.
So did I, bro. Like, I got messages at 11 and 3 a.m. Are you up? No, motherfucker, I'm asleep.
I haven't even looked at the cars.
It was
Dang it.
early in the morning. It was light hail, though. You could tell it was like smaller hail.
Well, I also didn't sleep well the night before because of the back issues, so I was
Ugh.
ready to crash out hard.
I was exhausted today from being up and down with her.
Yeah, she bit the bullet on that one last night and stayed in the living room with her. I was like, I gotta sleep because I have to go to work.
Yeah.
And I was out and I didn't move like till this morning. I had no idea it even rained last night. I knew that it rained because it was in the forecast, but I didn't know it got bad. I thought we drove through the worst of it.
Yeah, I had no idea either.
Because they were when we were driving back down, they were we got a weather alert for Oklahoma, tornado watch and hail.
She's like Willow, just making her fucking rounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
She
like
went
walking around.
She went outside and went potty right before we came, so she should be good.
That's good.
She's just sniffing.
I still can't get like Sapphire, like that whole nervous pee thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as I see her butt start to drop, I back away. I'm like, not touching you.
They have all kinds of videos on how to kind of try and stop that. I haven't really.
Yeah, no, as soon as I take her out of the kennel, I don't touch her. I just start walking towards the back door and say, come on. Like, don't get excited. Don't show any type of emotion.
Yeah.
Barely look at her and just go straight outside.
So the hardest thing, like in the morning, like when I'm getting ready for work and stuff like that, like I open Sapphire's like door to her cage. Like I'm like, come on, let's go. And she just sits in there. And I'm like going, even when she like took the shit on the outside and on the inside, she just sat in the cage. And I'm like, well, clearly you need to fucking go outside because you done shit and pissed everywhere. No, she didn't piss, but she like shit everywhere. And so I just said, fuck it. I'm going to drag the whole entire cage and her in it outside. And then guess what? I opened the door like to her cage. Like it was wide open the entire time. I went, did my hair, shaved, did all this shit, looked out the window, and I'm like, this bitch is still sitting in her fucking cage. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I can't fix stupid.
I've seen her when she pees outside, and she still comes up to me, and I pet her outside. She still pees.
I know.
She still dribbles even after she pees.
I don't know how the fuck to fix this.
Patrick said, "Hi, Elsa." Is Elsa in the audience? I did not see a comment from Elsa.
I did not. I'm not getting any comments today.
Okay.
Oh shit.
My comments are usually blocked off as it is. Like I only see certain ones. Facebook doesn't like me. I'm sure some fact checkers tried to find something that I was wrong about or something. But yes, whatchamacallit? Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. I done lost my train of thought. It is getting into that second hour or that third hour. That may be why.
Third hour?
Yeah, we
Are you adding hours to?
Well, we started at 7. It's 9 now. We're getting into the third hour.
Oh, okay.
Well, we started at 7:05, but
Yeah. We're at like 2 hours and 7 minutes.
we just had the puppy on. If anybody who's just tuning in, he's big, chunky, fat, and fluffy. Really awesome dog.
I'm surprised you didn't get with the blue eyes though.
Malamutes do not come with blue eyes. That's strictly a husky trait.
Nah.
Unless you get one bred with a husky. Yep, you got to get a crossbreed. Huskies are one of the few breeds that you're going to get blue eyes on a pretty regular basis, depending on the breed.
Yeah.
Because there are huskies out there that don't have blue eyes.
Yeah. No, and I don't.
I love the ones that have blue eyes. So but
No, that's what sold me on like Willow's. Like your fucking eyes are like amazing. Like I love. You're an asshole, but I love your eyes.
Mowgli had blue eyes.
Our dog is already stubborn. Like when she last night she laid down and I was like, all right, come on, Kennel. Come on.
Call it dead.
And then
I say go to your room.
I get
That
behind,
way, yeah.
I got behind her, started scooting her with my
And I
feet.
forgot to tell you all that when y'all were watching her. I was like, room is the key word.
Oh yeah,
Because Natalie was like, go in your cage, go in your crate, go in your. I was like, it's room.
I
Your
said
room.
that we
When
both
I
said it.
bed, I said bed to her and she still went in there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I started scooting her with my feet, and she still just kind of looked up at me like, "What? I'm not moving." So she's definitely got the stubbornness of the Malamute for sure.
She did great on the leash too.
Oh, did you walk her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're gonna start a walking session. Can we walk our dogs? I've been wanting to
There
do
she
that,
is
but I'm like,
again.
not with Loki. He's fucking gonna
No, Loki
Yeah.
will
try to kill everybody and everything.
Loki will
Here she
rip
is
your arm
again.
out of socket.
Hey y'all, here's the puppy. Here she is. Look how big she is.
My God,
She's so big.
she's so calm. Like I love that she's just like, all right, whatever.
See,
I'm just here for
Aren't you happy we got a puppy?
What?
Yo, when he posted that, I was like, "You're full of shit." Like, hey, it's not April Fools. I'm like, no, we've already been to Canton. We've already been around the puppy mills and
I
everything
am
else. I'm like,
working on it.
you did not buy a fucking puppy. And like, he was like, yeah, we did.
Yeah, but we didn't
I've
buy it
been
from a
working on
puppy
it.
mill. We bought it from a legit breeder. It was a really nice couple.
That's good.
Super professional, had a folder with all the papers, the parents' name, first shot records, already had a vet visit. The lady herself was in scrubs. So yeah, they were legit.
Has she been spayed or no?
No, she's
The lady?
Yeah. Yeah, well, did you check her, make sure?
No,
Did you lift up her scrubs?
Yeah, no, she has.
Oh, you're good.
She has not been spayed. That one's gonna be up to us. And yes, getting spayed is a lot more expensive than getting neutered.
Fuck in a. I was blown away at how it. But
Well, that's way more expensive.
It's a
what
surgery.
You paid is way more expensive than I've ever seen. A
Oh,
spay.
and trust me, like I used to get it for like $50 to $100.
Devin's interested.
Yeah.
In, oh, if she's fixed or not, the lady. Molly got on there and said Devin's interested.
Devin's interested.
That's what she said. Is she fixed?
Wow.
Oh damn.
Oh, Molly with the golden
Oh,
comment of the
shit,
night.
he's
Thank you. No, I'm not interested in her, especially if she's fixed.
But-
I need unfixed women. Thank you. Please drive through. Now serving. Just kidding. No, I'm done.
Damn.
Nah.
Now serving.
Not serving. Nobody and no one. Thank you, drive through.
Yeah.
We are closed. Shop is closed.
If your shop is closed, so is his.
No sperm banks. No sperm
Well,
Hey, sperm banks.
I'm gonna repopulate the world like Elon fucking says with geniusness.
Well, they
That's
do. They do
stupidity.
say that sperm banks beat blood banks and donations hands down.
Well, I'm sure it's much more enjoyable to donate.
Did you see what I did?
I
there?
heard you. I just got distracted by she a redhead.
See, I didn't see that one either. Is that coming up on yours?
Who
Who said that?
Molly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not popping up on my my feed online. It's popping up here, but it's not popping up on the feed. Nothing's popping
Oh,
up.
I had to pop back out and pop back in for the like it's like not following in Facebook for some reason correctly. Because I just reloaded it and it showed the comment. Hey, thank y'all for still hanging out with us in this third hour. Who all's is there anybody out there who wants to say hello, or do you have a new puppy in your life, or a new, or in some people's cases, a new nuisance?
Or do you have a new love interest that wears a leash and a collar too? Because we're interested.
I mean, that happens too. There are furries out there.
And there's non-furries that like to be
I mean,
Good
bound
to
and tied.
puppies by my feet.
if you did see that that news story, I don't remember where it was out of, but there is a person that literally underwent a $25,000 procedure, maybe more, to truly actually become a dog.
Yes, it's in Japan. Yes, it is a border collie.
What the fuck?
It's like a 5-year-old story, but yes.
No, there was one within the last 2 years. There's one that's like within the last couple of years that made huge headlines, like last year or something.
We reported it on the podcast. There's an
But we
episode.
haven't been around for 5 years.
3, but yes,
I mean,
we
get close
reported
to
about it. We did report about it.
Okay, but not 5 years ago. God damn it!
No, not 5 years ago.
Don't go out and spend $25,000 to get him a dog, people. Get yourself one, okay?
Yes.
From a breeder, not a puppy mill. Don't go to Canton like we almost did.
Well, to me, I'm like, fuck breeders, fuck puppy mills, fuck all that. Like, get them from like rescue organizations, because that's the thing.
Well-
Breeders will keep on breeding as long as they have buyers, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to support that. Like, I want to support, like, hey, these puppies are lost. These puppies are living in fucking captivity. They're being in jail, basically. Like, those are the ones that I want to rescue. So, like, Willow was that way. And then Sapphire, she was just fucking roaming the streets of Arlington like a thug.
You're breeders.
And I'm like, you're not gangster. You ain't got no weight on you. Ain't nobody gonna give you respect.
The
Like-
legit breeders also have their hands into rescue organizations too. They're not just like, hey, we're only going to do this. The real ones, just like her husband, he transports for rescues.
Yeah, no, I
So
get it,
it's
bro.
not like they're all bad.
I didn't say all of them, homie. Simmer down.
Some of them
And I
love their
agree, but
animals.
The problem is that like when I used to work at the veterinary hospitals, we had a lot of rescues come in.
Right.
And a lot of times when you rescue a dog that is not a puppy, a brand new puppy, they are traumatized from their past situations. They mess things up. They're hard to train. They can be violent because they've been abused before.
Yep.
And so you just never know what you're getting your hands in. But when you do get a dog that's been bred with certain personality traits and stuff like that, you know exactly what you're about to get into.
So to me, I look at it as a challenge. So I look at it completely differently.
We got babies though. We can't take a challenge.
I know. I get it. I'm not saying
I have an 8-year-old 90-pound challenge that challenges little children.
I'm not saying this is not one size fits all type thing, but like in my, like Gucci was a perfect example of what you're describing of a throwaway dog, like a dog that was abused, was like literally she was, I don't know if you know what a bait dog is. Yeah. So she was a bait dog. Mm-hmm. So she was the dog that they would send in to test the strength and ferocity of these other pit bulls and shit like that, and then she like straight up cowered. Mm-hmm. So she was a horrible bait dog. But the thing was, when I got her, like if I even raised my voice at all, she would just cower. Like she didn't pee like Sapphire, mm-hmm. but she would just cower and then just run and hide, like find the farthest away place she could go, and that was where she would hide. And she would just hunker down. Now, granted, she was like 70 pounds, so it was like, you're not exactly a small, tiny fucking dog that's fearing for its life. Like, you could, like,
so I felt
hold your own.
Yeah, I felt every bit of those 70 pounds when she comes over and sits
on your feet. You remember that?
Refuses to move.
I love, like,
Gucci, go.
Nope. I'm comfy right here.
I just want to get petted.
But it's like what I love to see is I love to see that transition. Like I love to see them going from scared out of their fucking mind to like I trust you and like nobody else. And like the fact that she used to sit on people's feet and stuff was because she was like, well, that way I know when they leave, and like that way I know like as long as I'm sitting on their feet, I'm gonna get pet. She was like, she put two and two together. She realized, well, I sit on their feet, they can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? She was like. She was smart but dumb at the same time. But like I love her like dearly. Like she was Gucci. Mm-hmm. And then like any type of like tile floor or hardwood floor, she used to do the tap dance. I don't know if you ever saw that. It was the funniest shit. She would tap dance.
I don't remember.
Oh, she would used to tap dance. Oh, it was the funniest shit. I'm like, I've never seen a dog in my life do this.
I had a friend who had a pit bull, and it was terrified of tile and wood floors. It would only walk on carpet, so he literally had to pick her up and move her from like if it was time to eat in the kitchen, he would have to pick her up and put her in the living room because she refused to walk on tile or hardwood.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so glad mine wasn't that bougie. But no, it was really interesting because like
don't roll backwards, by the way.
Okay. Kayla's kids used to pick up Sable, pick her up upside down, and I was like,
oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, nobody's ever done like she's not gonna have that, and like she was just copacetic, dude. She was just like, cool. I'm like, bitch, you wouldn't even let me do that. But it's just like it's cool to see the transition, like especially Willow. Like she was an asshole when I first got her, like straight up fucking bit me, and I was like, oh, you're gonna learn today, motherfucker.
She's a baby doll now.
I know, and now she's sweet. She's like just not trying to be all nippy, and when she is, when I'm trying to brush her, I set her straight. I'm like, you gonna learn? No.
Don't be a bad dog.
Yeah. And so it's like she'll get upset here and there, but like she'll still let me like brush her.
Everybody out there, y'all got pets? Y'all got dogs that you love? Cats? I have a cat that I don't know if I would call it love. I don't mind her.
You get mad when she doesn't
Molly
come
says,
over.
Devin, you hear that? Get yourself a female from the breeding category, not a rescued one. You need to know what you're getting yourself into. Well, if these bitches, if they had paperwork, if they came with paperwork, it would be less complicated.
It's like instead of a Carfax, it's a bitch fax.
All right, we're gonna start a new website called bitchfax.com.
Prior wrecked relationships she's caused, previous owners. Like, is this a single owner? No accident.
I
Oh
don't even know.
my
The dating
God.
world is so messed up now.
We're fucking building this.
Females do this to males.
Coin
as
it.
it is all
I'm
right.
Timestamp. Hey, Ashley. Timestamp.
We do background checks on you guys before we go on a first date. We go and look through all of your social media to look for past relationships or like.
Well, we want crackdown reports. We want to know how many beds you've been crack-a-lacking in.
I mean, I would like to say that, but then I'd have to divulge, like, legally, I'd be required to divulge the beds I was crack-a-lacking in, and I'd rather not do that.
I've been good last 6 years.
I was a virgin. Until I had Jackson, but after that I was reborn.
Oh yeah, Molly.
I went to church.
Molly's right. She went through she audited my whole goddamn Facebook. She was like sending me pictures and shit. I'm like going, well, goddamn, I didn't stalk my own fucking Facebook.
She needs to audit please do, and point out all the ex-girlfriends that need to be.
She did. She's like, who this? Then she's like, whatever happened to her? I'm like, that's a good fucking question. I don't even know.
Devin's like, here, let me tell you, I got tabs. Let me show you the receipts.
I got receipts. Oh,
good job. Good job, Molly. Good job.
Yeah, Molly was all about like me reliving my experiences. I'm like, thanks for like making me relive my past.
Yeah,
traumas.
she's doing that so you continue to learn from your history, and therefore you're doomed to repeat it if you do not. We cannot.
She's like straight up being like, bitch, you are not repeating this fucking history.
She's like, we're not.
Kudos to you, Molly. I see what you did.
We're not rewriting these textbooks, okay?
Yeah. Like fucking, we're writing new stories up.
We're not rewriting history. We're not knocking down statues of your history. You're gonna learn from them.
So how's Aubrey doing anyway?
No. No.
God damn it! I wish I had the cameras. Oh, it would have been so gold.
What if she's like watching?
Yeah, it would have been so gold. Oh,
so she's
God.
watching. All of a sudden, his DM goes off. Ding, ding. Matter of fact, you still have that boat?
I can't. Devin, I need a break from the drama for just a little bit. After the chaos, after
all
this
right.
last
How
couple
long?
A year.
A year?
I need a year.
All right. Set the calendars. Set the timers.
Oh, God. We need to buy a new house in a year, babe. 1 year.
No, why? We're gonna own the whole block.
I
That's my goal.
I
No.
don't wanna share it
My goal.
with certain people.
If
We're gonna
you
own the block.
were to go down that
Fuck
road,
buying an island. I'm just gonna buy a fucking
if
subdivision.
you were to go down that road with her,
uh-huh.
the whole block would be on fire, not just your.
Why is it that bad? Like, what the fuck? I've dated many a redhead. I gotta hear stories. I gotta hear, like, come on, bring it. You can't just make those bold statements.
Not on here.
Not bringing it. Not. Yeah, that's cannot air out people's dirty laundry that we still chat.
Son of a bitch.
Not a good idea.
All right, can I hear about it offline?
She does not. She does not put up with anything.
I don't either.
Exactly.
That's
And-
why bitches get cut off and they
That's
don't get
why-
heard from again. Ever.
That's why it would not go well.
Yeah.
Then let's just say this: you'd be done with her week 1.
Why?
Because your clothes would be on fire.
Was there sexual?
No,
Sorry.
they're absolutely.
Were we on top of these clothes that were burning?
No, just saying. You might be.
Ah!
You might set them on fire while you're in them.
Oh shit!
Y'all's personalities are too much alike. It would be the end of the world.
I am like Molly's. Like, you need to stop for a minute. Like, seriously, like I have 0.0 desire to like fucking date. Now, granted, I have a lot of people.
Molly already said, "Who the fuck is that?"
Don't
worry.
Don't worry, Molly. Like literally, I have 0. And I have a lot of network of girls.
For the first time in a long time, Devin's like, and since I've known Devin, and when he like gets into his single mode, this is the first time I've only seen his truck in the driveway several nights in a row. And the truck not being gone. So I mean, to his credit, he's like, you know what? Chilling at home.
That's because he's having them parked down the street. No.
Just because you did.
The kill factor is high with Devin right now.
What?
He's chilling at home, killing.
killing, that's right. No, I've been like luckily,
millions of children
just end up in Kleenexes. It's fucking terrible.
Or the train.
Those poor children.
Child abandonment.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Do I gotta pay child support to the Kleenex factory?
Yeah, man.
Oh, sorry, that's terrible.
What does the sign say on the? What is this when the whorehouse isn't open? What's the sign say out front outside? Beat it, we're closed.
Oh my god! Like no, literally, like I've had no desire. Like I realize like I've come to the point in my life where, like we were talking about earlier offline, right? Like Andy, like the more I bend over backwards and do like, it kind of turns you off towards certain aspects of dating. So Lindsay, I don't know if you know this story. Oh, Patrick!
Did he finally
coming in?
Decide to show up?
Finally,
like we're good. We're like third hour in, probably about to shut down here in a little while. And he's like, you know what? I want to chat.
He's like, now I want to come in. What's up, P. Martin?
Can he not hear us?
I can't call you P. Diddy. That's fucking. I call you P. Martin.
The diddler.
The diddler.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Okay, we want to make sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh shit! What happened? Wait, what happened?
Damn, another one of these. Devin.
What?
Which one?
Yes. Cherry, please. Thank you.
Switch it around.
What switch what around? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I didn't do that. There we go. Oh. So did you come on to sniffle your nose, or did you come on to say hi, sir?
I just came on to say hello.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
I love the enthusiasm.
Oh shit!
My face.
Well,
I need to know.
yeah, I had a little episode this morning. So,
Episode of what?
well, I was
Grey's
rushed.
Anatomy?
No, I was rushed to
Sounds
the
like
hospital. I was rushed to the hospital.
For?
Well, my blood pressure was 161 over 130, and my heart rate was 151.
You gotta stop drinking. AFib's a bitch.
I was drinking. I'm having other tests being done too. So, yeah.
Molly said, "Thanks for telling me, Dad."
Yeah. Well, there's some things I don't tell her.
You got some morphine still?
So Patrick, let me ask you this:
It still feels like I'm on the morphine.
How is it? I can have a kidney stone and all I get is fucking ibuprofen or
Right?
Trotobobadol,
Toradol.
fuck it all.
Tramadol?
Tramadol. No, I wish there
Toradol.
Yeah, it's Toradol. Yeah. It's
Strong
like a
ibuprofen.
super ibuprofen. It's basically 800 milligram ibuprofen. Or
Yeah.
well, no. Sorry, I'm getting it wrong. That's the injection they put in your IV, which is like super strong ibuprofen.
I'll be like, bitch,
And
give me that tramp.
yeah, I'm sitting there. You saw me. I'm sitting there fucking dying. They're like, here's
Yeah.
some ibuprofen, and fucking he goes in fucking AFib, and they're like, here, have all the painkillers. Like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah. The troponins came back, or the heart enzymes, they came back kind of abnormal a little bit, but it's nothing that they were worried about, you know.
Were you
So-
very anxious when this was going on? Is that what caused?
I mean, I
I-
can't imagine why or how
Well,
that would
I
ever happen.
We won't speculate on that. But were you? Was that?
There's no speculations here, sir.
Is that what caused it?
no. I mean, I was just doing my work, and it just all of a sudden came on. I mean, it was like Fast and Furious. and everything.
Maybe God is telling you that your life is short and you need to not take it for granted.
Maybe so. Yep.
To love
So
everything.
Not
so it's just one of those things, you know. I mean,
Maybe it's life telling you, what are you going to do differently? Obviously, you're doing the same thing, and you're repeating the same pattern.
no, I'm
So
not.
what's going to happen that's different
I've-
and change?
I've changed.
I'm sorry, but like I've heard this time and time again. And I love you to death, like you're my bro. But at the end of the day, like what we literally talked about for the last 2 hours is like, if you don't elicit change, then you're bound to repeat the same fucking patterns.
I like
Same
illicit,
habits.
I like illicit statements.
Actually, I've been doing really well with
With what? What's your solution?
with all the
Drugs?
with all.
Not a solution.
I love drugs.
Well, let me.
Oh, so wait, shit, I did not
Here
say
we
that.
go. Let me finish.
We're letting you go.
I've been having just, how can I say it? I've been doing well with the anxiety. I mean, I haven't been looked at in like maybe a year or so, or whatever.
I'm looking at you right now. What are you talking
No, I'm
And
saying it. I know. I'm saying
Like 300 episodes, bro. You've been looked at,
about? I look at
No.
you.
and we know Dr. Khan's checking you out. So
Mhm.
see that smile?
He didn't smile,
Got him.
but he didn't smile, but
Got him.
he laughed.
I know how to get you,
But-
fucker.
Hey, can't forget about the nurse practitioner too, Scarlett.
Oh shit, he got a new one. Is she redhead? Hold on, is she redhead? I need.
Well, then if her name is
She
Scarlett,
is red.
she's a redhead. I'm gonna say get the.
That-
She is a redhead.
Hello, her name's Scarlett. Yeah, I got that fever. What?
But no,
It would be kind of pointless to name somebody Scarlett if they didn't have.
Yeah, like a redhead. Like no.
they just. I mean, it just can't. It just came on fast and furious, and I mean, it caused me. I was
Scarlett
sweating.
did. Those
Scarlett's
redheads.
giving
No,
They
no, no.
come in
Exam.
fast and furious.
I'm talking about this morning.
Man, you had a finger up your butt this morning.
No, my
Dr.
Dr. Khan.
Dr. Khan's got. Look at this motherfucker. Jesus, like a motherfucker. Look at this dude, like a.
But no,
Oh,
my whole left side started to go numb. I was sweating. I looked at my heart rate. I guess it made me panic, and
that never makes anything better.
no, it doesn't. But
Oh shit, it's elevated. Let's elevate it even more.
Well, I'm not
Bro.
gonna lie. Like,
Well, you know what?
he's coming from on that shit worries you, and it's hard to bring it back.
Yeah,
bring it back,
and it's really hard to bring it down.
Well, Patrick's pretty good about like focusing his concentration and bringing it down. I've seen you
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
I know you can do it. You've told me you can do it. I've seen you
Yeah.
do it.
I can do it, and
Yeah.
I just had a hard time. Work called Misty, and Misty came up to Presby and Allen, to sit with me and everything, and all that. She missed work today, but
I'm glad she was there to support you.
yeah. I mean, she's there all the time for me, and
Hey, you have an amazing woman, and you should be fucking like seriously.
well, yeah, thank you.
No,
I do.
you're very lucky. Like
I do.
I wish I had even half the woman that like you found with her. Like seriously, no
Yeah.
bullshit. Like
Yeah,
I mean, I look in your rear view, like in the camera, and I see the Bills thing, and I'm like going, like, has any woman ever even done a remotely even fractional of what she's done? And I'm like,
no,
fuck no. Like literally, I was thinking about it today. I was like going, you know what? Okay, so this last girlfriend cost me at least $10,000. The girlfriend before that cost me $700. The girlfriend before that cost me $500. And it's sad when I go down the list.
Why are you keeping track of costs of relationships?
Business, baby.
Lindsay's right.
That's not how you're supposed to look at a relationship. Relationships are an investment, period.
Ah, you just
Yeah, you got to take the
No,
good with the bad.
investment. You just
Got it.
you literally sign, seal, delivered. Exactly where I'm coming from. It's an investment. Time, money, energy. 3 things I invest into a person.
Mm-hmm.
Time, energy, money.
Yeah, but
So-
you don't keep track of it.
I keep track of all my investments. I can tell you every investment I've
Okay,
ever.
If you
Uh,
treat relationships as investments and business arrangements, they ain't gonna work out, homie.
I didn't say business arrangements. I said it just investment. Like I'm investing my time, I'm investing my energy, and I'm investing my money into you.
Oh, relationship.
So I hope to God this investment works out. If it doesn't, then you just cost me time, money, and energy, and I can't get any of those back. Well, I mean, I can get money back.
It's
Clearly,
the
that's why I like
experience and
write
the
bitches
learning
off.
lesson if it doesn't work out.
You got to find the good in it. You're gonna be like, you know what? I know I'm not gonna do that again.
Yeah, you know what the good in it is when I close that door and say, "Moving on, right on."
The goodness in it is Tommy's testes.
Tommy's testes stand the test of time,
You missed that story earlier.
and so did Patrick. Everybody's like going, "What the fuck is
What?
that?" See?
So apparently, as
All right, fill them in.
a Latin station down in Mexico was covering the eclipse, somehow a clip of testicles going over a light became the censor video that got played.
Sounds like something we would do.
'Cause no one would do that on purpose. It was an accident, but apparently it was said that it was supposedly Tommy Lee's testicles. Tommy Lee eventually came out and said, "No, those aren't mine." Though I went ahead and reposted the video to get laughs. He also took it down, but yeah, there's a they coined TMZ looked like they coined the phrase Tommy's testes. So
Yeah.
oh man, they can't hear Irony. We're playing your song, but you can't hear it worldwide. Prestige worldwide. Wide. Sorry, we got to fill you in because the soundboard no longer plays, and we don't know why.
Yeah, we don't know.
But thank you for joining us tonight, Brian. We appreciate it.
Hey, and Byrony, thank you for the stars. That was awesome.
The stars at night. Oh wait, no. Yesterday we saw stars during the eclipse, and she's like, "Stars at day." Oh wait.
Keep you gay deep in the heart of Texas.
Damn, I don't want to look at an eclipse ever again now. Shit.
Just make sure it's DSX
So, yeah, so
going full circle.
Yep.
Bro, like you'd be proud of us. Like we've brought this show full circle like 3 fucking times tonight. Like
Really?
I don't even know
y'all
how.
didn't have a drink either, did you?
Hello.
Not really. I mean, we've had shots. We haven't really been drinking.
No, we haven't
Oh,
been.
okay.
Yeah. It wasn't like the other night when fucking
No.
We played.
Joy was like, drink all those Everclear shots.
Here,
I'm
take
like,
the rest
going,
of the Jello shots.
No.
Like, oh
Mm-mm.
shit,
Dude, I
where this is
felt-
going.
fucking terrible the next day. Oh my god, I was bad.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling great when I got home either.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
night.
I was like, Andy, can I sober in your pool?
It was cold enough.
Dude,
That's cold enough.
did I tell you about the latest drama with my fucking pool?
Yeah, you almost died.
Yeah, I did.
I-
And-
I saw it.
Spring
I
shot
saw
out.
it.
Spring shot out and like hit him in his testicles.
I literally I looked at my feet and I'm like, there's the washer, there's the spring, there's the bolt. I'm like going, how did I not fucking die? Like literally
he was
all these metal pieces
he
were
was like,
right by me.
spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. Thank God they're all there. Yeah.
So remember I asked you to if I could borrow your tap and die set.
Yep.
So I called the local hardware store down here in Lake Dallas. And he told me it's gonna be $120. I said, what?
They are the tap and die set.
Yeah.
They are depending on the quality you get. They can be a little pricey.
So luckily I got to talk to the old man. I don't know if you've ever met the old man there. Like I love that guy. Like I wish I want to donate money to that guy because I love him as a person.
I don't want his store to go away.
Yeah, and like he's an amazing person. Like I just want to donate. Like he literally said, he goes, "Hey, He goes, I didn't tell you this. Well, actually, he didn't even say that. He's like, go to Harbor Freight. He goes, they got it for like half price. So I went to Harbor Freight and they had the full fucking set for like 92 different fucking bolts and shit. I think it was like $60. And I'm like, and it's still half the price. Uh-oh, what'd you do?
He has a treat. He doesn't even like the treats.
So why is she barking?
Because she's like, why she get a treat?
This one doesn't even care. She's like, if you're gonna make me work for it, I don't even want it.
Hey.
Well, you know how Willow is.
I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna take off.
All right, man. Well, good night. Good seeing you. Deuces.
See y'all.
Bye.
Later, man. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Get some rest. Sleep well.
Stop here.
What is she doing?
Like, I just threw a little treat down. She just looked at it. That's behind my butt. I don't feel like getting it. Like this.
Oh, so she's stubborn like this fucking one.
This dog is gonna be so spoiled rotten. Mm-hmm. And we're not even gonna even get frustrated when she acts like a butthead. You like my shoe? Don't.
All right, so when we walking dogs next?
I'm ready. Well, she needs to get all of her vaccines before, like, she goes anywhere with.
Yeah, other dogs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because
she got her first 2 initial. We have another round that we have to take her to get done.
Yeah, but when she gets that, then I can start taking her for walks. Because I am not.
As you have her right here with my fucking dog. It's got vaccines.
She's had her shots, right?
Yeah.
The faster she grows, the quicker we may want to get her fixed because she may go into maturity faster than most dogs. Because
like Sapphire went into it way faster than we thought. Like, and that's why I was like franticking trying to get like.
What?
You didn't just hear her?
No, I didn't.
If you need doggy diapers, I have them too.
Ooh, Willow. Oh, she's being protective of the puppy. She doesn't want you touching the puppy. She's letting me touch the puppy. She doesn't want you touching.
Oh, I hear that. She's like, those are my people. Don't touch my people.
Oh my god.
That is awesome. Willow's being protective of the Malamute. Oh, her little motherly instincts are kicking in. That's so cute. She's being a little protective.
She's jumping.
Are you being protective? Look at her. She looks at me like, Daddy. I'm not in control of you. You're fucking in control of your own actions. Oh, you're gonna roll over. Oh, come here, baby girl. Oh, come here, baby. Come here. You're so far away. Come here.
So it's just a fluffy overload tonight with the cute doggies in the house.
Yeah.
She's interested. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Well, whenever you need any brushes or vacuums, let me know. I have 17,000.
Oh, well, we ended up we bought one last night. Bought a couple.
We have 3 different types of brushes at the house now.
She does need a bath. I will say that.
I will show you which ones are the best. Because yes, there are some that are good. There's some that suck dick.
We have one of the Furminators, but I think that's just gonna get caught.
Nope.
Shit.
Yeah, Furminator suck.
Works great for Loki.
Yeah.
Because he's got that thin ass fucking hair, but for her,
when you get that furball hair, yeah.
All it's gonna do is yank her hair out, and that ain't gonna be.
And they do not like that. That's why she hated brushing whenever I first met her, because they used the wrong kind of comb, and it pulled and yanked on her hairs. Hi, cutie.
Aww.
I had to find a certain brush for Fozzie too, because he was rather fluffy himself. All right, people, we're coming up to the 10 o'clock hour, about 6 till. Do we want to go ahead and possibly call it a night?
Yeah, we will. That way we can go hang out and enjoy our animals.
Y'all, just sorry to those of you tuned in late, didn't get to see the cuteness overload. Just understand there's a lot of fluffiness in the studio this evening. There's 11-week-old puppy that's about 30 pounds almost. chilling, looking like a fluff ball. But we do have to get going because we all have jobs to get to in the morning. I actually have to, go into the office and be present.
And I was up every 2 hours last night, like I have a newborn.
Lindsay and I got to sleep apparently. Hey, Barney, thank you for stopping by. No matter what time it was, we always enjoy having you.
Yes.
Everybody else that hung on till the end of it, thank you so much. We do appreciate you. Tell your friends, tune in. We'll bring some more cuteness here and there. We'll talk about some more stuff. We'll do our best to keep it about news stories and not always about us, but we try to relate to the news stories too as well. But that's all I have.
I mean,
digress.
people don't really like the news. Like, they don't want to hear that doom and gloom. So, like, the fact that we're, like, kind of talking about more personal shit than, like, what's on the news, but we're bringing it full circle, I think that's more impactful than...
I know how we can relate to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, granted, the stuff that happened with the Crumleys and stuff that happened today, so, like, that was relevant. That was, like, newsworthy. But, like, a lot of people have jobs.
Opinions on it, too, as well.
Yeah, no. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what people, like, want to hear. And they want to, like, what's your thoughts? What are your... And then we, like, try to throw that back to the audience.
Do you lick balls or do they lick balls?
Who licks balls the most? But anyway, thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in. Love you long time. If you haven't liked, subscribe, do so now. Turn on your notifications so that way you get notified when we go live. We will catch you next Tuesday if we don't hear from you before then. All right. Thank you. Love you long.